Well, well, well. All right, and we back. And we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. We are back on Cowboys After Dark. Had a technical difficulty. But let's talk about what we're going to be talking about today. Today, we've already listened to Clayton Adams sound from the sideline. It's going to be Brian Schottenheimer. It's going to be Jerry Jones. It's going to be Stephen Jones. It's going to be player interviews. Dan Orlovsky's quarterback traits 2026. Effects of a bad offensive line. Bad offensive tackles. We've already done that. We're going to do camp takeaways. We got a whole bunch of quick hits. And then we're going to get into our memes of the day. Welcome to Cowboys After Dark. Let's go. All right. We back on track. We're going to give everybody a little bit of time. We'll give them about 3 minutes to catch up. Give them about 2 or 3 minutes to catch up. Again, we have a great show planned for tonight, whether it be 5 for 5,000. We're going to talk Cowboys tonight. And we're going to talk pretty late tonight because we got a whole bunch of crazy stuff to talk about today, boy. Y'all are going to be rolling. I'm telling y'all, man, when we get them Cowboys memes, boy, these people must have clowned. They must have clowned Trayvon Diggs so hard, man. And I don't think it's so much that people are clowning Trayvon Diggs. But I know you got to be confident in yourself, man. But I don't know, man. Trayvon Diggs is bordering on going way overboard with the confidence in himself. But hey, I guess if you don't have confidence in yourself, who will? But again, we've already listened to, Clayton Adams sounds from the sideline. Brian Schottenheimer press conference, Jerry interview, Steven interview, Dan Orlovsky. We've already did effects of a bad offensive tackles, camp takeaways. That's going to be a pretty good discussion. And then, like I said, quick hits of some ex-Cowboys that I think we'll be very interested in. And then the memes of the day. Man, let's get the roll call in. We've kind of messed up our with those technical difficulties, but hey, I'm still talking Cowboys tonight, whether it be 5 or 5,000. So we only got 4 people in the chat right now. We'll see if some other folks roll back in here. Let's see. All right. Again, the Queen. We are back. We about to have a good time tonight, Queen. What's going on, Jason Farley? 100 proof. What's going on? Yes. What's going on, Amber Soprano? Appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. Amber Soprano, you at work tonight, right? You're at work tonight, if I'm not mistaken, correct? You seem to have, I think you have an overnight gig. All right. So let's get into this thing with Brian Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer. I mean, he's talked quite a bit, so, but nevertheless, that's why we saved him for Cowboys After Dark. What's going on, we them boys? What's going on, Brock? All right, let's get into this over here with Brian Schottenheimer. Brian Schottenheimer, man, he just seems much more focused this year as a head coach. You know, last year just seemed like it was just the moment for him. You know what I mean? But now it seems like, okay, now he's like, okay, I'm into this thing now. It's time to coach. 100 proof, 5 to 5. Wow, 5 to 5. Well, I hope these next 3 hours I hope these next 3 hours take you pretty close to the end there. I hope it takes you pretty close to the end. Wow, 5 to 5, man. God bless you. That's a serious shift right there. All right, man, we're gonna get over here to DallasCowboys.com, and we'll see if Mixed Matrix makes it back tonight. She wanted to do Jerry Jones last so she could go to sleep, but Jerry Jones's press conference is so short, you can't even go to sleep on it because it's gonna be over before you blink. Yeah, it's gonna be over before you blink on Jerry Jones. It's only 4 minutes. I'm glad it helps you get through the night, Amber Soprano. I'm glad it helps you get through. We done boys, you on that 10 to 7? Wow. What's going on, Apollo Hunzo? Okay, we them boys. Well, I know this will be helping y'all, man. I'm glad to be of help these few days a week, man, doing these Cowboys After Dark. I'm glad Cowboys Nation enjoy that who be at work on them late ones. Because, boy, this will get that end shift or that end part or that middle part, man. You roll. By the time we get done tonight, man, y'all gonna be ready to go home, man. Yeah, y'all gonna be ready to go home pretty much.
Thing has gone out here in California.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way we practice, Calvin.
All right, so okay, wait a minute, Justin Harris, what'd you say? Dak had a hip thing. Do what? Let me see what that's about. All right, Justin Harris is giving me some breaking news right now. Let me see. Man, Justin Harris, last time we went Cowboys After Dark, we had a whole agenda lined up, and somebody came through talking about CeeDee Lamb, and now here you come talking about Dak Prescott with a hip thing. Let's look at this thing with Dak Prescott. I hadn't even heard about it. Is it something that Schotty mentioned? Okay, I don't see anything on the wire. Okay, I hadn't seen anything, Justin Harris, on no hip thing with Dak Prescott. I don't see anything on the wire here. No, I don't see anything. Miss Matrix, I was saying with you, I'm glad you're back. The Jerry interview, you ain't gonna even have time to blink. The Jerry interview is 4 minutes. Justin Harris was saying that Dak had a hip issue. He said Tom Downey reported it. Seen it on a short on Tom Downey's channel. You know what? I'm wondering if that was something old. Sometimes them shorts be old when they come through. Yeah, because I don't see anything with Dak Prescott and a hip thing. Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. That might have been an old one. Let me see here. No, that might be an old one. So we'll keep it up. If you come across it, let me know. But as far as I can see, everything looks to be clean. I don't even see any mention of that, anything with a hip thing with Dak Prescott. All right. So let's get into this thing with Brian Schottenheimer, see what he has to say today.
Yes! Here we go!
Against ourselves.
Alvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. This is probably your last practice here. I don't know, you were a little concerned about what you saw in the joint practice, but just your thoughts on how everything has gone out here in California.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way we practice, Calvin, against ourselves. We're excited. Going to be a full 2-hour practice today, pads, one-on-ones. We're still very much in the training camp mode. Training camp will last about another 10 days. Even when we leave Oxnard, we're still in training camp mode. We're still putting in the last 2 installs. So today's install number 8, third down day, and then we'll get to install 9 when we get back to Frisco and back.
Okay, so now this makes sense. Now this makes sense why they didn't allow any videos today. They didn't allow any videos today, other than I guess a few little. I got a few little individual drills, but there was no cameras today. So see, actually, they had an install. Normally, what they've been doing, from what my understanding is, they've been doing a lot of the serious installs when the cameras are not on. But because now they were down to the last day, and I'm sure they're off this Friday. They're going to be off Friday. So I'm sure they decided to not let anybody film because they want to get their final installs in. And so basically, I'm pretty sure what they're kind of doing is installing some of the main plays that they're going to be running throughout the year. But yeah, they didn't allow anybody to film today, so now it makes sense. They were actually doing installs.
Home, but expect these guys to do a great job like they always do at practice and playing with good pad level, protecting each other. But it should be a very spirited day.
You get all about what transpired against New Orleans, because the league has always sent out about the possibility of discipline for players.
Yeah, I have not. I know they've requested the film, but I'll leave it at that.
Thank you, sir.
Clarence Hill, DLS Cowboys. Have you decided who's going to start the game against Arizona?
We have not. We'll do that.
Now, in case y'all didn't know this, the Cowboys actually did get fined. The Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints, they were actually fined for this entire issue, $500,000 each team. Now, I'm kind of laughing. $500,000 is life-changing money for me. Trust me. If I got a lump sum of $500,000 and after taxes probably around $275, something like that, that's life-changing money. But $500,000 for a football team, man. $500,000 for a football team? Man, come on. That is absolutely nothing for a football team. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't condone the fighting and all of those things. But I will say this, if there's anything that's good that came out of it, it definitely showed you the Cowboys said we're not going to be pushed around. Man, Cowboys said we're not going to be pushed around. And so they were going, man, they were going at it. They were going at it. So I ain't tripping to, it's one of them things. People, they're ready to start playing. They are definitely ready to start playing. So, okay, Justin Harris. So, Brian Schottenheimer is going to mention it. Okay, good. Yeah, you ain't lying, Brock. That's just chop change, man. When you billionaire teams, oh man, you find that stuff in the couch, man. You find $500,000 in the couch. They laughing at that.
Clarence probably.
What'd you say, Evan Soprano? You said except Terrence Steele. Hey, Evan Soprano, shoot. Terrence Steele got that money too. He got that money. That's probably.
Night, want to get through today's practice, and we'll have some of those discussions heading into tomorrow.
Regarding camp, knock on wood, right here. Okay.
Now, you're really going to do this? Our chin straps have been great, you're going to do it?
Okay.
Now, you're really going to do this? And we'll have some of those discussions heading into tomorrow.
Regarding camp, knock on wood, right here. Okay.
Now, you're really going to do this? You're really going to do this? Yeah, you're going to do it?
It's on him.
Yeah. So far, our chin straps have been great. All of our chin straps, they pop a buckle every once in a while, but, at the end of the day, hey, come on. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is, yeah.
How you manage practice as you've gone through camp, no major injuries, you guys have been healthy, certainly the GPS stuff that you're doing after practice. Just talk about how you manage practice and it comes to, because a lot of teams are having issues.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'll answer the question. Again, number one, it's got nothing to do with me. It's the way these young men practice, the way they look after each other. I do want to give a huge shout out to Brett Brown, Jim Maurer, Harold Nash, Braylon Tatum, his team, Kendall Said, all those guys, John Park. I think, we're throwing the type of practice loads that we want. The management of the numbers has been good. The players like the schedule because the 4-day cycle has been good for them. They get the hard work against the Saints, and then they get the stay program yesterday, and then they get another hard work today. Today you'll see us rep the ones that get a bunch of work. The 2s and 3s will split the 2s because of the proximity to the game. We play 48, 50-something hours from now. But no, all in all, the way we've practiced, very, very pleased. But it's really these young men and their professionalism and understanding, again, what we emphasize they give us.
Brian Tonarcher with ESPN. I know you said you've not formulated the game for who's playing and how much, but I'm assuming Barham will be in that mix of guys you want to see. What's excited you about what we've seen on practice from him, and what are you hoping to see from him in the game?
Yeah, I think, Jay Sean was good to get him some reps against New Orleans. He's working his way back. The excitement is the physicality. There was a lead play that the Saints actually ran against us, basically a lead down in the A gap, and it was cool to see Jay Sean, stick his face in there and kind of knock the guy back into the runner. Very, very talented young man and a lot of versatility. He can play off the ball, can play on the ball. again, I have seen him smile a little bit more, which means he's excited to be back. But like I said, I think a week or so ago, he loves football. And he's very, very good at it. So it's nice to have him back along with guys like Devin Moore and all that stuff. A couple things just to note, like really guys will be out today. Trigg, Bullard still out. Limited will be Zion and Blue. And then, we're going to be limit some of the older guys. Terrence Steele's going to get limited a little bit on the Tyler Smith plan. Kenny Clark, a few guys like that. But for the most part, really good day. Should be a great practice, and just being smart with some of those older guys that have played a lot of football.
And then as your research.
Not hearing anything about Dak Prescott yet, Justin Harris. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything about Dak Prescott yet. I would have thought they would have talked about him right there, but I guess they'll talk about it. We still got a ways to go here.
Christian and you're talking to other people about him, I'm sure they're telling you age isn't an issue. But in the back of the mind, did you still need to be, okay, he's 33, 34, I got to figure out some things about him?
I think you always want to figure out people until you've worked with them, Todd, until you've been in the foxhole or you've had disagreements and discussions where maybe you're at an impasse and you have to see how they handle when you trump them as the head coach, which is part of the deal. He'll understand that when he gets his opportunity. Not that that's happened very much, but I think you're always excited to learn about it. For every marker that I've had with Christian, I've just been blown away. I mean, I really have. And, he's excellent at what he does. Age is a number. I think the trend in the league really has been for a little while, but, younger is better in some regards around the league, and maybe not as much on defense as it has been on offense. But, CP he's ready for this opportunity. And, he's proven that at every opportunity he's had. And like I said, it does remind me a little bit of myself when I was 32 tackling the Big Apple in New York with the Jets. And there's going to be bad days, I know that, but he won't flinch.
How did you handle those days in New York?
A lot of long hours, a lot of hard work. Tried not to get too caught up in what the outside noise was. Stick to the plan, trust your conviction, which he's very, very convicted. He knows what he wants it to look like, and lean on your staff. And I think that's something that, we feel great about, is that we've supported him with a great staff. He needs to be the defensive coordinator, not Stephen just Miller, the play caller, the DB coach. He's got to be the coordinator, and I think he's doing a very, very, very good job of that.
Yeah, it's got to keep in mind, Christian Parker is mature beyond his years. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Christian Parker is the accelerated program. Christian Parker will not, I don't believe he'll be a defense coordinator for the Cowboys long. I don't. So we got to get our Super Bowl now, because they're going to snatch this young man up. I believe the Cowboys will get the Super Bowl this year or either next year. Mike could get 2 in the next 3 years. He'll be gone. He won't last longer than 3 years here. He will be gone. We'll get a Super Bowl within that time frame, I believe. He'll be gone. The moment we win, and I wouldn't even be surprised. This dude could mess around and we get to the NFC Championship game, and there could be rumblings of Christian Parker being a head coach somewhere. Because I can tell you right now, you better book it. Dan Quinn is on the hottest of hot seats right now. And I don't think people realize how hot that seat is. And I guarantee you, they would love to have a young coach like Christian Parker over there in Washington. He's not going to last. He's mature beyond his years. So Brian isn't having to watch over this guy or anything. Brian is learning from him. Brian is learning how meticulous he is, learning about how he thinks and what makes all these defenses work that are being ran that are similar to what he's going to be running with his own nuances. But shoot, man, Christian Parker is beyond his years. Man, he ain't got nothing to worry about. He ain't got nothing to worry about. We better enjoy Christian Parker, man. I'm just telling y'all. We better enjoy this young coach, because he's going to be up out of here the moment we have some success, and we're gonna have it quick. You watch what I tell you. We're gonna have it quick. This year, next year, year after, we're gonna have it quick. Oh, he's gonna be gone. You watch what I tell you. He's mature beyond his years. So it's time to get that Super Bowl, and I believe we'll get it this year, next year, and might even squeeze 2 out in the next 3. So yeah, we're gonna get it. What's going on, Juwan 100? What's going on? Yeah, missed yesterday's After Dark, but not tonight. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we getting warmed up. We getting warmed up, boy. We got some fun tonight, man. What's going on, Rex? Rex Erickson said, so true, CP could be gone. They said, oh, it's no doubt. It's no doubt, man. The hype is real.
The Athletic, were there any positives that came out of that practice with the Saints when you look back at the tape?
Yeah, absolutely. There always is. I mean, there's, certainly things that you learn about certain players. There was some, matchups that we felt really good about that we liked, and you always find the positives, but there's always going to be things to correct as well.
And then with Von Miller, I know you've only been around a couple days, but when do you think he'll be able to work in practice?
He'll work a little bit today. We've been ramping him up, getting him some stuff. I mean, it won't be a lot of reps. He's in a ramp protocol, but what I liked what I saw walking off the little talk through we did. John, he was with Easy, talking about some different pass rush techniques and things like that. And there's a very specific plan for him that we're in the very early stages of.
Four-star telegram, we've seen more reps with Malik Davis. And
I'm telling you right now, man, if I was a young cat playing on the Cowboys and they brought in Von Miller, I'm telling you, I don't know about y'all. If they brought in Von Miller, boy, I'm ecstatic, man. I'm ecstatic. To be on a team with man, let me tell you something. I know we talked a little bit about Von Miller and the other thing the other day. But Von Miller is a legend to me. Yeah, I know he ain't, I know Mixed Matrix. He ain't what he was 10 years ago. I know. I know he ain't what he was 10 years ago. But he's a legend. It's his knowledge I would be most concerned with. If I was a young player, man, to hang around Von Miller and Von Miller giving you, Von Miller just putting you up on game, giving you pointers and things with your mind. And, man, I'm telling you, if I was a young Donovan Ezaraku, Jayshon Barham, James Houston, what? Man, shoot. Boy, hold my drink, man. I got to go train with Von Miller. Man, I'll be training with Von Miller, figuring out what his food regimen is. Shoot. Man, it is very rare you get a guy like that on your team. Oh, no. Man, I'd be excited. I bet these young guys are excited too. So, but Von Miller, I know it was just kind of like pads and shorts. But, man, Von Miller, I can see why Von Miller can still rush the passer at an effective rate, even in his old age. He ain't going to give you no 60. Now, you give him 60 plays a game, he'll be out. He'll be done. But if you just 20 plays, maybe 15 or 20 plays a game, shoot. Boy, Von Miller going to show him how to do it, man. He going to show him how to do it. He's going to show him how to do it. I watched some of his sacks last year. Man, he still got that first step. He still can bend, and he still got that first step. And, of course, he got that old man strength now. Shoot. He got that old man strength now, man. Think I'm lying. He got that old man strength. Hey, Rex, what'd you say, Rex? You said they shorter than Portuguese now? Funny, yes, Vaughn is still a beast of knowledge and still holding Russian camps. Yeah, man. What up, Elgin? Appreciate you. Shoot, I'd be excited, man. I'd be excited to be on Von Miller's team.
Bonacana with the first team. How much is that the injuries in the room, but also what they did in the preseason game on Saturday?
Yeah, I think they've earned it. I think when you watch those guys compete, Malik, I joke about him, his success, on certain days, but, the guy is consistent. He's a good football player, and he's good on offense. He's good on special teams. He's good in pass protection. He's a good runner. He runs behind his pads. He makes positive yards. I mean, so he has not been a surprise. I've been very pleasantly surprised with Izzy. didn't know him. We got him late last year. Big, powerful man that runs hard, good speed. You haven't even really seen his speed come to life, but he's very, very fast. He's a finisher, what you would call a finisher. If he gets space, he's hard to catch because he's fast and powerful from the lower body down. And those guys have earned, the right to get more reps with the ones.
What have you liked from Devin Moore since coming back from the injury?
Yeah, I think very, very talented young man. I think, it was good to see him get some reps in the joint against the Saints and get him matched up on an elite receiver like Olave. And, he was in really good position. I think he's still.
All right, let's talk about this for a moment. What's going on at 187? Let's talk about this for a moment. Schotty says that they like Izzy Abanikanda has done a good job. So, again, the Cowboys, all of this stuff is cool, but talk is cheap. And Bullcorn runs a marathon. Money talks and Bullcorn runs a marathon. And when I hear this kind of talk, I want you to understand something. And this is going to be the moment of truth for the Dallas Cowboys. This is the moment of truth. I'm just paying attention to logic. I'm paying attention to logic. So I'm hearing Brian Schottenheimer, he's talking about, Izzy Abanikanda. But let's be real. Malik Davis and Izzy Abanikanda, I also think they're getting more snaps because they beat the mess out of Jaden Blue in the last game. They were not blocking, had him running right into that Seattle second team. And I'm telling you, they beat the brakes off of Jaden Blue. And I'm not saying that Malik Davis and Izzy Abanikanda are not good. I think Malik Davis is good. But again, notice what Schotty called him. Good. And this is why he's been cut 5 times. Because, again, they see the ceiling on Malik Davis. They do. I mean, they know what he is. He's a good football player. And I don't have no problem with that. I guess if you want to, when you got a quarterback and the passing, the quarterback, the wide receivers, the passing game that the Cowboys have, and he's not your number one back. So you're not really tripping because he's not your number one back. So a guy like Malik Davis, he can be your number 2 running back. He runs pretty good in, on spot duty. Again, he couldn't be your number 1 back. I don't think he could. But he could definitely be your number 2 back. Jaden Blue is a part of the plan. Jaden Blue is a part of the plan. They're not going to give up. They're not going to give up on Jaden Blue yet. But they do have an issue. Same issue they have in the wide receiver room. Check this out. It's got the same problem they have in the wide receiver room. Because the issue is, you can tell me anything you want to. You can tell me anything you want to about Izzy Abanikanda.
Kind of getting his legs.
What's going on, Brandy? You can tell me anything you want to about Izzy Abanikanda, but I'm going back to the depth chart. I'm going to go back to the depth chart on this real quick. Well, I'm trying to go back to the depth chart. Let me see if... I'm trying to go to the depth chart. Hold on a second. All right, let's see if we can get back to the depth. Okay, here's the depth chart. The problem the Cowboys have, it's the same problem they have in the wide receiver room. Cowboys got to this. They have an insane decision to make. Even if they're keeping 6 wide receivers, which I believe they're going to probably keep 6 wide receivers. So you got Pickens, Lamb, Flanoy. Cavonte Turpin ain't going nowhere. Cowboys got him under contract. Well, your problem is Camden Brown is the problem that you didn't expect. Camden Brown is balling. And it looks like they've kind of, he's behind George Pickens. Here becomes your other issue. Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith is who you drafted in the 7th round. Anthony Smith, a little bit of a bigger wide receiver. He got some speed. So you got Cavonte Turpin, Anthony Smith, Camden Brown. Well, that's 6 right there. The issue is, what in the world do you do with Jonathan Mingo? What do you do? What do you do with Jonathan Mingo? I'm not worried about Valdez-Scantling. Never really thought he was going to make the team. He's got bricks for hands. Can't catch. I'm not worried about Hudson. I ain't heard nothing about Denzel Mims. Not worried about Jaden Smith nor Tyler Johnson. The reality is this becomes the problem. See, before Camden Brown did what he did in the preseason, you could have cut Camden Brown, and then you could have brought Camden Brown back to the practice squad. You ain't cutting. I promise you. I promise you, Cowboys Nation. I wish you would cut Camden Brown. Go ahead. I dare you. I double dare you to cut Camden Brown. It won't be the Ryan Flournoy thing again. We got blessed to get Ryan Flournoy back last year. Cut Camden Brown after that performance in that preseason game. Watch what happened. You won't get that opportunity again. Camden Brown is going to have to make the team. Turpin ain't going nowhere. It's between Jonathan Mingo and Anthony Smith. Now, Anthony Smith, he didn't have a breakout game in the preseason. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys tried to cut Anthony Smith. Some teams wouldn't be looking. The two wide receivers that you're going to be looking at on being on the practice squad, I don't think Smith's going to be on the practice squad. So if the Cowboys keep 6 wide receivers, it'll be Anthony Smith, Camden Brown, Cavonte Turpin. Jonathan Mingo will probably be the odd man out and then get brought back on the practice squad. But he's been playing. They've been giving him snaps. He's been playing pretty well lately. You've been hearing them talk about him. But they can talk about him, and I'm going somewhere with this. You can talk about Jonathan Mingo all you want to. But Camden Brown put you in a headlock. Camden Brown created a problem that you actually want to have, Joanna Hunter. Yep, he created a problem you want to have. You can't put him on the practice squad. You can't cut him. And as a matter of fact, he about to get some snaps. I will not be surprised. Camden Brown is going to be on the field for the Cowboys this year. You watch what I tell you. He's going to be on the field. Camden Brown is electric. Big body, fast, high-pointing, hands, wide receiver. So Mingo is either going to have to be cut or Mingo is going to have to go to the practice squad. Let me tell you something about this league, Dak Elite. In actuality, I'm thinking he was going against the second team. He was going against the second team in the first half, and he went against the third and the fourth team in the second. Let me say it again. He went against the second team in the first half, and he had a great contested catch. And then he went against the third and maybe the fourth string in the second half. But, Elite, guess what you're missing? Camden Brown has been doing this in practice. And I got news for you. He's been doing this against the first team defense. That's why Camden Brown was on the field. Camden Brown has been doing that in practice. That's what Dak Prescott was talking about. We showed the highlights even last week. Man, Camden Brown been making plays in practice for the last 2 weeks. Camden Brown been he been murking them boys in practice. And I'm talking first team. He been murking them boys. It wasn't just the preseason game. The preseason game was the exclamation point. Oh, no, Camden Brown been balling, man. Balling in practice. In practice. That's how he started practicing with the ones. I actually wouldn't even be surprised if the Cowboys try to limit him a little bit in the second game, because you might not want people looking at him like that. Really, you might not want people, because I'm telling you, he cannot cut Camden Brown. Hey, cut Camden Brown. Hey, Dak Elite, he won't make it. He won't make it back to your practice squad. Yeah, Dak Elite, he been balling. Boy, hey, he been balling. Brown been balling in practice. Playing with the ones. Yeah. he can't hit free agency. You can't cut him, and you can't put him on the practice squad. He won't last. Camden Brown is not going to last. So somebody is about to be the odd man out. If you keep 5 wide receivers, who's the odd man out? If you keep 5, do you keep Camden, Mingo, or Smith? Because Turpin, you're not going to take Turpin's spot. So if you keep 5, who do you keep? Boy, this is going to be it wouldn't be a hard decision for me. I mean, I don't know about the Cowboys. It wouldn't be a hard decision for me. Jonathan Mingo has been here too long, and he ain't shown. He hasn't even worked his way onto the field barely. I'm going Camden Brown and Anthony Smith. I drafted Anthony Smith for a reason. Camden Brown is a UDFA, but he's looked better than everything else. So for me, it's easy. Camden Brown, Anthony Smith. I don't know what the Cowboys going to do. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is, let's go to this running back room. Tell me anything you want to about Izzy Abanikanda. Brian Schottenheimer can tell me anything he want to. Anybody else can tell me anything they want to. How many running backs are you keeping? How many? How many running backs are you keeping, Dallas? How many? Are you keeping 3, 4, and you're not keeping 5? Because you got Hunter Lipke. He's a fullback, so he's kind of taking up one of them spots. He would actually be 4. Fullbacks, running backs, they're counting them in that same group. So you got 4. Are you keeping 5? Are you going to keep 5? Because that would be 4 running backs and 1 fullback. But if you keeping 4, so what you telling me? Javonte Williams, he'll be number 1. Malik Davis will be number 2. I'm not a betting man, but I'm going to go out on a limb. I would be shocked if the Cowboys cut Jaden Blue for Israel Abanikanda. I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked if they cut Jaden Blue for Israel Abanikanda. Because that's really the dilemma that you're faced with. Because at the end of the day, unless you put Phil Maffa back on some kind of injured reserve list or however you did it last year and hide him out for a whole year, cut Phil Maffa and put him on the practice squad. But that still doesn't matter. You still got a problem. You got Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue, Malik Davis, Hunter Lipke. You keeping 5? Are you keeping 5 running backs? Because that's the only way you're keeping Israel Abanikanda. And I don't think you keep 14. I don't think you keep 5 running backs on a team. At least as far as I know. You keep 3 to 4 running backs, and one of them is going on the practice squad. I'm telling y'all now, I don't care what anybody I don't care what anybody say about Jaden Blue, what he ain't, what he is, what he can't do, what he can do, not a big back, blah, blah, blah. Okay, tell me what you want to. You cutting Jaden Blue? Are you cutting Jaden Blue? Because I don't think they cutting Jaden Blue. I don't think they're cutting Jaden Blue because unlike Malik Davis, they know what he is. Did you notice what Brian Schottenheimer called him? He's a good football player. He's a good football player. Do you think somebody would say that about Bijan Robinson? You don't call Bijan Robinson a good football player. You don't even call Javonte Williams a good football player. He called Malik Davis a good football player, and that Israel Abanikanda has impressed him, has been doing well. Okay, what are you going to do then? This is going to be very interesting when we get to the 53-man roster. So what are you going to do? Because I keep telling us there's a reason why Israel Abanikanda is on this team. There's a reason. They got an issue here at the running back position. They do. They have an issue. Because you got Williams, Lipke, Jaden Blue, Malik Davis. That's 4 running backs. Or if you keep 3, that's 4 running backs. Williams, Blue, Malik Davis, Hunter Lipke. So what are you doing with Phil Maffa and Israel Abanikanda? Phil Maffa, again, I can see maybe you cut him. And then Israel Abanikanda, you either say I'm going to keep an extra running back, or you're going to put Israel Abanikanda on ice and put him on the practice squad. And I got news for us. If they put Israel Abanikanda on the practice squad for whatever, anything that Brian Schottenheimer is saying about him, he put Israel Abanikanda on that practice squad, and I got a strange feeling nobody's going to come for Israel Abanikanda when the Cowboys cut him. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't think anybody's coming for Israel Abanikanda. But I bet you this. I bet you if you put Jaden Blue out there, you can put Malik Davis out there. You can put Israel Abanikanda out there. I don't think anybody would go for him. And if they did, it would be minimal interest. How do I know? Because that's how we got them. They've been getting passed around. That's why we got them. Israel Abanikanda couldn't make it with the 49ers, couldn't make it with the Giants. That's why we got him. Malik Davis has been cut 5 times. He was out there last year until we came back and got him. Now, Malik Davis did pretty good last year, so there might be some interest in Malik Davis. I doubt there'll be any serious interest in Ja'Shawn Corbin. I doubt there'll be any interest or serious interest in Israel Abanikanda based on what he's done in the Cowboys training camp. I'm not telling you it's bad, but he ain't done so well to where teams are like, hey, man, we want Israel Abanikanda. Phil Maffa, I think you could put him out there and nobody would get him. Let Blue go. Let Jaden Blue go. And watch what I tell you. I bet you he won't stay out there. I bet you Jaden Blue won't stay out there. Dak Elite. Did you see Jaden Blue in those last few games last year? Now, Dak Elite. I don't profess to be a football guru. But it is obvious to anybody looking at this issue with Jaden Blue, Brian Schottenheimer has decided in his mind there's a certain way he wants to run and a certain type of running back that he, quote unquote, I like big backs. Jaden Blue is 195. Jaden Blue, if you look at Jaden Blue at Texas, make it make sense. Why would you bring in Jaden Blue and not use him like he was used in Texas? You bring him to Dallas and you're trying to run in between the tackles like he's Javonte Williams. Rather than, isn't it amazing when the Cowboys called a screenplay to Javonte Williams, the screenplay went for 13 yards? I wonder why the screenplay went for 13 yards. Could it be that's the type of running back that he is? You put him in screens. You put him on the edges. You put him in space. You line him up in the slot. Why would you bring in Jaden Blue and try to run him like Javonte Williams when that is not what he did in college? Anybody who's seen Jaden Blue tape, we are not even close. We are not even close to using Jaden Blue the way he was used at Texas. We're not even close. Go back and look at this man's scouting report. I studied Jaden Blue after they got him. Jaden Blue's scouting report, we're not using him the way that he was used in Texas. And I'm sure the way he's been used most of his career. He's 195 pounds. He's a bigger Kevontae Turpin. He's taller than Kevontae Turpin. He weighs more than Kevontae Turpin. He's quick. I don't know if he's as fast, but I know he runs a 4.340. And more than likely at a 4.340, he's probably the fastest running back on the team. When you look at Jaden Blue, you see a high ceiling. But at some point, I'm probably going to just go ahead and admit it myself, just not in Dallas. But I got to wait because I believe they got plans for Jaden Blue, and they're not cutting him. I know there are people, Jaden Blue, he ain't that, he ain't this, he can't block. You don't get Jaden Blue to block. Why? Who gets Jaden Blue to block? That's like getting Cavonte Turpin to block. Who gets Cavonte Turpin to block? Just like people who talk about Michael Trigg. He got to learn how to block. Well, he got to learn how to block better. But I've seen Michael Trigg tape. I didn't get Michael Trigg to block. I got Brevin Spanford to block. I got Jake Ferguson to block. When Michael Trigg come in the game, the defense better be on notice. Because I'm going to put him in motion, and I'm going to put him in the slot. I'm going to put him in motion, and I'm going to run him to the opposite side and put him in the slot. I'll even get real fancy. I'll put him in motion, and I'll put him on the outside. What am I getting Michael Trigg to block for? I'm not getting Michael Trigg to block. I got Michael Trigg to go down the field looking like a tight end making Odell Beckham Jr. catches. That's what I got him for. And what would I get Jaden Blue for? Why am I getting Jaden Blue to run him like Javonte Williams? I got Jaden Blue to run him like they did in Texas. On the edges, in space, in the screen game. We are not using him the way that we should be using him. But I'm gonna pump the brakes on. We're ready, because I know we're not getting rid of him. So I'm gonna reserve final judgment on this, because I believe Brian Schottenheimer has a plan for this man. I do. He ain't going nowhere. I'm saying all of this to say, so what in the heck are you gonna do? Tell me anything you want to about guys who have earned snaps. I dare you. I dare you. Let Jaden Blue go. I dare you. You can let Israel Abanikanda go out there, because you ain't going to have no teams. You ain't going to get a whole bunch of teams going after Israel Abanikanda. Let Malik Davis been out there. He been cut 5 times. Last time he waited until we came back for him. Now, there may be a couple of teams this time because Malik Davis did pretty good. But I'm telling you what a lot of people are seeing in this league. They see a ceiling. And you got to be careful. Because NFL teams, when they see a ceiling, they don't want to fool with you as much. You're like a last alternative. Let Jaden Blue get out there. I dare you. I dare you let Jaden Blue get out on the free market. Man, a coach like Kyle Shanahan, Sean Payton, Andy Reid, man, they'll take a gadget dude. They'll take a gadget dude like Jaden Blue. And as I keep saying, they'll show you how to do this, son. Yeah, they'll show you how to do this. And this is why I want to see what Brian Schottenheimer evolves into this year. Because I'm sorry, but I showed y'all this today. Everybody knows I love Brian Schottenheimer. I loved Brian Schottenheimer before most people loved Brian Schottenheimer. They were doubting Brian Schottenheimer. I was one of the main people that I know of that was advocating for Brian Schottenheimer, me. But the one thing that I'm a little bit perturbed, but I'm gonna reserve judgment and see how it plays out. Because Brian Schottenheimer is one-dimensional in his run game. He is one-dimensional between the tackles. A, B, A gap, B gap. That's it. That's it. For the most part, very one-dimensional. He said he's going to evolve his offense. I noticed when he was talking about Jaden Blue after the game, they didn't block. It was very vanilla. And we got a perimeter game that we didn't show you. That's kind of what he said. So that perimeter game leads me to believe They got plans for Jaden Blue. Get him on the edges, get him in space, get him in screen game. They got plans for Jaden Blue. I'm a reserve judgment because I do believe they got plans for him. Because they see the ceiling or they see the potential of Jaden Blue. He's got a high ceiling. He's got a higher ceiling than Malik Davis. And again, Dak Elite. I don't know if Malik has showed you the best. I just think Malik is just being what he is. Malik Davis has actually been doing this. Do y'all remember I think it was in 2023, I think we had Malik Davis in here. It wasn't his fault that the Cowboys didn't run him. They didn't run him. They are the ones who chose to run him even when he was running good. But again, I think all these NFL teams, they think the same thing about Malik Davis. He's a good running back. And Dak Elite, let's ask ourselves, how much are they trying to show? All you're showing is basics. All you're showing is basics in preseason. But Jaden Blue, I know everybody quickly forgets. Jaden Blue has had a great training camp. Great training camp. We're talking touchdowns, speed, the whole 9 yards. Jaden Blue has shown those things. He ain't going nowhere. And that's why I say, hey, with all this stuff that everybody's saying, well, okay, well, what you going to do? Javonte's your one. Lipke's your fullback. You keep Malik Davis, that's 3. You're only going to do 4 running backs. You're going to keep 4 running backs, and then everybody else is on the practice squad. Jaden Blue on the practice squad? That's tough. We'll see what happens, but that's tough. Now, last year they was talking a lot of noise about Jaden Blue, and however they was able to keep him on there, they kept him on there. This year, we'll see. We'll see. But even without Jaden Blue, if the Cowboys decide to cut Jaden Blue, okay, they cut Jaden Blue. I still got an issue with the running game being too one-dimensional. I would love to see Brian Schottenheimer expanded to get on the perimeter and outside. But at the same time, I guess the concern could be, after what we saw from Terrence Steele today, can you play that perimeter game? Can you play it? Because the strength of your offensive line is the center and the 2 guards. So can you run that perimeter game? Because I can tell you this, if we don't run that perimeter game, I showed it today. Go back and look at the teams that we lost to. They made a simple decision. We're not going to let you through the A gaps, B gaps. Only way you're running today, you're going to get around that perimeter. And we're not letting you around that perimeter because your tackles are not good enough to run around that perimeter. So we're going to sink or swim running between the tackles. That's it. We're going to sink or swim. We got to find a way to evolve that run game, whether it's Jaden Blue or someone else. You got to find a way to do it.
Up underneath him, Nick, in terms of the power, and that's a big thing that we look for with DBs is lower body explosiveness and the ability to change direction. And he was in good phase, but just didn't necessarily have his legs under him yet. And that's all part of the process as we get him back into practice and getting more reps and becoming kind of, unlimited in his role and his reps.
Tommy.
Yeah, you talking about Devin Moore.
DallasCowboys.com. Brian, you said at the start of camp that you wanted this to be a very physical camp. Do you feel like you and your team met those expectations?
I do. Yeah, I do. I think, again, it's not done. It doesn't stop here, Tommy. Get great work in today and another preseason game coming up that it should be very physical. I thought the Seattle game was very physical. Go back to Frisco and, get some more work there. And, look, we'll be in pads throughout, the first couple weeks. Rio will throw a little bit of a wrench in there just because it's a little different week. And then you come back from Rio and you got, the game against Houston and a short week. But, we're far from done. I reminded the guys that today. We've loved the time out here. We need to finish today. We want to have a hell of a practice. We expect to have a hell of a practice, but training camp is not over. When we go back to Frisco, we're still in training camp mode, and we're still working training camp hours. And so we're a long way from the season opener.
And then how have you seen your...
Boy, I bet the Cowboys are ready to get back to Texas, man. It's cool. to go out there and hang out with Brandy in California, but man, when you're from Texas, man, you be ready to get back to Texas after so long. And you know the Cowboys, they're gonna they're gonna be practicing at that beautiful facility, get back around their family and friends and things of that nature. So they ready to go. Yeah, 4 pockets. Yeah, Schotty got to open the playbook, and I think he's gonna do it. So that's why I'm gonna reserve judgment, because I do believe they have a plan for Jaden Blue. And I don't know. For me, I just never thought, y'all already heard me say this, I never thought the plan was for Jaden Blue to be the number 2. He can't really be the number 2 if he's trying to replace Javonte Williams. For me, that would be more Malik Davis, because I was saying this about Phil Maffa. If Phil Maffa could show something rather than being injured, I figured that Phil Maffa would actually be the backup to Javonte Williams, and Jaden Blue would actually be his own thing. Well, now we're going to see the same thing with Malik Davis, even though he isn't Javonte Williams, but he can kind of do some of that same stuff. But I still say, again, Jaden Blue is going to be his own thing. So I don't think he's going anywhere. Yeah, old school. Yeah, I think Blue is here to stay too. Hey, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he's going anywhere. Contrary to what anybody's saying, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Offensive line respond after you said earlier in the week that the first half wasn't up to what you wanted it to be?
Very dialed in, big emphasis on, pad level, combination blocks, fits of combination blocks, footwork, all the little things. When you play offensive line and you struggle early in a game, there's usually reasons for it. It's usually hat placement, it's pad level. I think Babe jinxed us on that one a little bit with his question last week. Are you concerned about the pad level of the offensive line? Yes. But we figured it out, and again, hopefully this week it's better. But again, offensive line is all about want to, but yes, if you want to, that's cool. You need to understand what type of step to take, drop step, zone step, vertical step, and then how to strike and what landmark to hit, and it's very, very technical.
See, now,
good lead-in.
We're talking about pad level, and I get it, because we're talking technicalities. We're talking about pad level, technique. I don't think we're talking about pad level. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I don't think we're talking about pad level. I think we're talking about that we don't have good enough depth at the offensive line position. And because they're not good enough at the offensive line position, that's what's affecting the pad level. Yeah, we don't have a good enough offensive line. Y'all tell me what you think. Our offensive line, it just doesn't have the depth. It doesn't. We got to find a way to get some depth on that offensive line. It needs to be a priority in the next few moves the Cowboys make. Man, the Cowboys are pretty much fine, balanced, they're fine, they're elite, they're great in a lot of these situations. This is why, I'm perturbed, when we start talking about what the Cowboys can do to push themselves over the top. And this is, that type of talk to me. That type of talk to me. I don't think we understand what it means to push a team over the top. I was alive when the Cowboys brought in Charles Haley. When the Cowboys brought in Charles Haley, there were no more question marks on the team. There were no question marks on the team. That's how a player puts you over the top. A player don't push you over the top when you got offensive line issues. I'm sorry, I don't think people understand what over the top means. Over the top means I got everything I need. Everything I need. My special teams is good. My defense is good. My offense is good. I got good and elite. I got good, great, elite on my special teams. I got good, great, elite on my defense. Good, great, elite on my offense. I got elite players at certain positions. You gotta have everything in line. And then you say, I bring in Charles Haley. That pushes me over the top. Well, how does it push you over the top? Because I already had everything I needed. Now I'm going to go get me something that I want. Crosby isn't a need. Crosby is a want. Offensive tackle is a need. Offensive tackles are a need. Offensive line depth is a need. Because I'm telling you now, this league, it's too long. And these offensive linemen, they are the trenches. They are in there fighting in the trenches, rolling on each other's knees, all kinds of nonsense. Man, if you got an offensive line and everybody on your offensive line stays healthy the entire year, what are we? What are we beyond the first line of defense? What are we? Tyler Guyton? Question mark. Tyler Smith? Elite. Cooper Beebe? Elite. Tyler Booker? Elite. Terrence Steele? I want to put a question mark. I'm going to put a dash. Terrible at pass blocking, good to great at run blocking. This is your line of defense. So can somebody tell me who these people are back here? Do you know who the best person on our second line of defense is? TJ Bass. Who the rest of them folk? Who the rest of them? Nate Thomas? Nah. Who is Trevor Keegan? Who in the world is Trevor Keegan? Johnny Cornelius. What is he? Where do you rank him? Drew Shelton, rookie. Long way to go. Anything back here? What is this? These are all projects. That's all they are. Marcellus Johnson, DJ Wingfield, Nick Leverett, Shiaz, Pete. These are all projects. They're all projects. You've got to go back here and you got to beef this up some. You got to figure out a way to beef this up. Because you are not pushed over the top. And I don't understand that language. I know what it means. I question whether other people know what it means. Over the top doesn't mean you go and get top heavy and just go out and get all the best superstar players you can get, but you still got holes here and there. No, that's not over the top. Over the top means we have everything covered. Now let's go get this player here because we can. We got the cap space. We got the position. We got the trade. We got the trade equity. We can get it, and it'll get us because we already thought we were going. But now this piece is going to really help us get where we're going because this piece fits in, and this piece, it slightly elevates everything around it. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We need to fix this offensive line. There is no way, if I'm serious about the Super Bowl, I can't sleep with this being my offensive line. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Maybe I'm crazy. Because this offensive line, I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't sleep at night. Jamal, he said O-line and linebackers need depth. And Jamal, I'll tell you this. Defense got way more depth. They got way more depth. Let's look at the linebacker situation. Get Rashawn Gary, check. And let's kind of grade him. Rashawn Gary, great. D. Winters, good. On the way to being great. Demarion Overshown, when healthy, elite. Donovan Ezaraku, good. Good. Let's look behind him. Von Miller, for what you're going to use Von Miller for, I would say Von Miller is still, I would say he's still somewhere. It all depends. I want to see what he looks like with Dallas. But based on what I saw last year on minimum snaps, just for pass rushing, not stopping the run, none of those things. If I'm just talking about pass rushing, Von Miller is still great to elite. 9 sacks is incredible. 9 sacks is incredible. Max Crosby only had 10 last year. I mean, that's incredible. Shamar James, question mark. Jayshon Barham, good. On his way to being great. Malachi Lawrence, I'm good. Good. And will probably go on his way to be great. James Houston, good. I think can be great. Justin Barron, he's proving that he's good. Curtis Robinson, I don't really know a lot. Sam Williams on the bubble. Maurice Leofau, they're trying to figure it out. But when I look at the linebacker depth, we got enough depth at linebacker that I'm actually really not worried. I'm not worried at linebacker. They got enough depth. They do. They have enough depth. They have enough depth to where they can move guys around, whatever the case may be. I mean, the depth on the defensive line is really good. Got Otito Ogbonnia back there, Jonathan Bullard. You got LT Overton, Jay Toya, as far as those guys go. Even your cornerback room has got more depth than you thought that it had. Deron Bland has been playing well. The safety room has plenty of depth. The cornerbacks, you got Durant, Savon Revel Jr. has really stepped up. You got Devin Moore. I think he's going to be good. Savon Revel Jr. has been incredible. Now, all of this back here, probably not going to be here. I would like to see what Josh Butler is. I'm more concerned about this offensive line. It is depthless. You can work with this. All of this in here, you can work with that. You can absolutely, you can. You cannot work with this. You know how I know? Because Brian Schottenheimer retooled the offensive line, and the Saints ate up the first team offensive line. What do you think they did to the second team offensive line? I wouldn't even be able to sleep getting Max Crosby. And this is what you got on the offensive line. Man, you playing with fire. That offensive line, man, playing with fire. Shoot, you ain't lying. Jamal Toe will take you out. Boy, you ain't lying. Boy, you ain't lying, man. Poor Pocket said without that old line, Emmitt Smith wouldn't have ran like he did. And, you know, it kind of goes both ways. But, man, you got to have an offensive line, you're right, for Emmitt to run like he did and make that offensive line better. Pick and Pop, he said, Camp Theory on Steel says, we'll be okay at right tackle. Gary is the toughest edge he's had to face at camp. It's just making Steel stronger. When he heals up before the season starts, he'll be ready. Okay, we'll see. Okay. Okay. We're going to see. We're going to see. Old School said losing Tyron Smith and Zach Moan on the O-line leaves the O-line less than the over-the-top status the team needs. Yeah. Andre Johnson said he agrees with the offensive line need. Elgin said looking for a good week 2 game, pray everyone stays healthy. Exactly. Yeah. And I tell you now, they can't even afford to get an injury. On the O-line, we're talking backups. They can't even afford to get an injury. We get one injury on the offensive line. I'm sorry. I don't. We're already in that situation. I don't even know what I'm talking about. We're already on that issue. That second team offensive line, this is why Brian Schottenheimer just said, you know, we did some things, we reworked some things, and we're hoping it's going to work. They need offensive line depth. They do. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know what the status is on Taylor Decker, but I would be on the phone right now.
The fan. Not that I'm looking for membership in the Mutual Admiration Society, but I will say I think we as the media appreciate the thoughtfulness to your answers of our questions. So
Thank you.
Say that.
Thank you.
Our question today, last real practice here, guys are already, sometimes their minds are already back to Dallas. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? What am I going to see? You have to guard against. Did you talk to them about? And I understand training camp is still going on, but guys' minds tend to wander.
Yeah, I did. And, I'll share with you guys. I mean, we started with the logistics. We had a rookie show last night, which was cool. That was great. Langston Patterson was me. Did a fine job. He's still on the team. Yeah, he's still on the team. Yeah. Nashville forever. Then we went, did a little bowling over at the Lucky Strike video game, Brevin Spawn Ford, 244, 5 strikes in a row for all you bowling advocates out there. We did the logistics things, babe. I mean, we have to pack up trucks and we have to do all these things. So I did that first, and then I said, okay, pause. We know what it's like to throw a hell of a practice, and we need to throw a hell of a practice today. It's 2-hour practice, it's padded work, it's one-on-ones, it's a lot of situational stuff, some longer drives. We need this work, and they understand that. And this is where you lean on your leadership council and the people like that. Hey, we'll get back to Dallas, but even before we get to Dallas, we got to go to Arizona. So I think they're focused and ready to go. And if they're not, then you'll hear me out there practice.
Who's the best singer?
We didn't really sing. We don't do that. They kind of put on skits, and there's no one other than Jerry that's off limits. Jerry, you're off limits if you're watching. But everyone else is fair game. So they did a nice job.
Brad.
Oh, that was just challenging the pitch call.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Terry Black's barbecue. I like it. I see it. You've already checked out, man. You're already back in Dallas, bro.
Anybody had Terry Black's barbecue? Man, my son said that Terry Black's barbecue is the best barbecue he's had. He said Terry Black's is off the chain gang. Yeah, Dak Elite, I'm going to trust these guys. I think they are going to get somebody. I think they are. I think they're going to get somebody. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Nam G. Yeah, you're right. Team will only go as far as the trenches take us. Man, I'm telling you, we get our offensive tackle situation fixed, we'll be elite. We'll be unstoppable. We really will. Offensively and defensively.
I mean, geez.
Hey, Coach. Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. I posed the question to Clayton about Camden Brown. What more, if anything, do you need to see from him over these next 1 or 2 preseason games to that would solidify his role on the 53? But in addition to that, what more do you want to see from those other wide receivers as you try to figure out WR4 and 5?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question, Patrick. And Cam's done a really, really good job. I'm very, very pleased with him. He's done it every day. But again, I think it's a little bit cart before the horse. Jonathan Mingo's having a hell of a training camp. I mean, it's a very competitive room. Anthony Smith's a guy that hasn't played a lot of football, but he's extremely talented, very, very fast.
Mixed Matrix. What is Brian Schottenheimer's infatuation with Jonathan Mingo? What is his infatuation with Jonathan Mingo? I guess my mind works different. But we watched Jonathan Mingo when the Cowboys first got Jonathan Mingo. We saw him last year. Jonathan Mingo is just now having a good camp. But meanwhile, you get a guy like Camden Brown, and he's an undrafted free agent. And he comes in and has a great camp. He earned snaps with the first team. I haven't seen Jonathan Mingo do that. This guy has earned snaps. They had him with the first team out there, and he was still balling. Man, I'm telling y'all right now, if the Cowboys mess around, you know what? I love Jonathan Mingo. Don't dislike him or anything. As much as he's saying Mingo is having a good camp, this dude, Camden Brown, man, made everybody pay attention in the NFL. Not just your training camp. Everybody in the NFL. He put everybody on notice. Man, if the Cowboys mess around and let that dude go into free agency and then think they're going to put it back on the practice squad, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work. Camden Brown cannot go into free agency. It will not work. I don't think it will. I could be surprised. I don't think it's going to work. He's too good. Everybody's noticing he's too good. Miss Major said, Mingo love affair, G, same one he has with Blue. I don't think he had no love affair with Blue. I think the Joneses might be a part of the thing with Blue. But, man. Hey, you know what? I think, though, Flo is. Yeah, I think Flo is a legit number 3. I really do. And I think Camden Brown could be a number 3. And I think both of them have the potential to be a number 2 for somebody if they just keep growing. But I hear you, Schotty. You want people to slow down on Camden Brown.
You know, those guys.
Yeah, I probably want people to slow down on Camden Brown, too. Yeah. I probably want people to slow down on Camden Brown, too. Because if people keep talking up Camden Brown, and if you got plans to put him on the practice squad, yeah, I know what you're saying because he ain't going to make it. Yeah. I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying, Brian. Yeah, let's slow down on Camden Brown. Why? Why we got to slow down? We ain't got to slow down. We just telling what we see. We ain't got to slow down. What we slowing down for? We talking about what we see. And guess what? We ain't seen Mango. Oh, I'm sorry. We ain't seen Mango. Tell us anything you want to about Mingo. We saw Anthony Smith, and I'm still taking Anthony Smith over Jonathan Mingo. Yeah. Tell me anything you want to. Tell me anything you want to. I know you don't want to play your hand. Shoot. No way I'm keeping Mingo over them 2 receivers.
He's done a really, really good job. I'm very, very pleased with him. He's done it every day. But, again, I think it's a little bit
Dak Elite. You keep saying it's one game. He's been doing this all through practice. He's been doing it all through training camp. He's been mossing people in training camp. He's been doing it. This ain't just no one game thing. And then again, Dak Elite, you said it's one game. Dak Elite, you ready? Welcome to Cowboys After Dark. Can you tell me the one game that Jonathan Mingo has had after that? Dak Elite, tell me the game that Jonathan Mingo has done it. Mingo has not only been here in the preseason, Mingo been here in the regular season. Dak Elite, can you tell me any 2 catches that Jonathan Mingo has made since he's been with the Cowboys in the preseason or the regular season? Help me out. Where's Jonathan Mingo's one game then? That's what I want to know. Where's Mingo? Where's Mingo's one game? Yeah, Mango, that's my East Texas Miss Matrix. That's my East Texas right there, Mango. Yeah, he ain't fruity. He ain't, as far as I know, ain't nothing about him fruity. Yeah, that's just my East Texas coming out. But again, man, Mingo been here for a moment. What has he actually done that made anybody say, boy, Mingo? I haven't seen him. Dak Elite, he ain't make them. No, I'm not talking about catches. Tell me the catches that he made like Camden Brown. Contested catches. High pointing the ball. When? Camden Brown, when did Mingo make that one-handed grab? One-handed grab in the end zone in the corner. Mingo ain't had those moments. Mingo hasn't had those moments, man. I've seen enough Camden Brown, and I've seen too much Jonathan Mingo. Jonathan Mingo, I want you to just think about what I'm saying. Jonathan Mingo is a higher draft pick than Ryan Flanoy. Jonathan Mingo allowed Ryan Flanoy to get cut from the Cowboys, practice squad of the Cowboys, back to the squad of the Cowboys, and now to become the number 3 wide receiver on the Cowboys. He did that on Jonathan Mingo's watch. Why didn't they let Jonathan Mingo be the number 3 wide receiver? Because from what my understanding was, that was the plan when he got here, because everybody was saying, I can remember Jerry Jones saying, he's a Dak friendly wide receiver. Well, why hasn't he been friendly? Shoot. And Mingo is supposed to be the 3rd wide receiver. He's supposed to be the third wide receiver. Couldn't beat Tolbert. Couldn't beat Flournoy. Couldn't push Cavonte Turpin. And now we want to talk about he having a good camp. Well, it's a good time to have a good camp. It's a very good time to have a good camp. But Camden Brown is having a better camp. He absolutely is having a better camp. He is. He's having a better camp, and they know it. Schotty knows it, and everybody knows it. Brown is having a better camp. And pay attention to what I'm saying, Cowboys Nation. There's a reason why these reporters are all asking about Camden Brown. They've been out here watching this stuff. They've been out here watching Mingo. They've been out here watching Camden Brown. They've been out here watching all these wide receivers, and they're all saying the same thing. Camden Brown, he's been balling every day. Every day. This ain't no one game thing. He's been balling every day. Now, Mingo ain't done nothing, man. I'm sorry, he's done nothing. I don't care nothing about one good camp. Camden Brown has he's already equaled his camps, as in good. Miss Major said he's done nothing to keep holding the roster spot. How about put Mingo on the practice squad and see who picks him up, secure Camden Brown? I'm going to tell you now, Miss Matrix, it'll be one of the dumbest moves the Cowboys make if they put Camden Brown on the practice squad and keep Jonathan Mingo on the 53-man roster. I don't think they're going to do it, though. I think Schotty just talking right here. I really do.
Before the horse, Jonathan Mingo's having a hell of a training camp. I mean, it's a very competitive room. Anthony Smith's a guy that hasn't played a lot of football, but he's extremely talented, very, very
well, you drafted Anthony Smith. He ain't going nowhere.
Fast. So, those guys are battling their butts off to make this football team, and I love that. But, Cam doing it in practice against our guys is more important to me than I don't even know who he was going up against in Seattle.
Yeah, because he's doing it against the ones. Camden Brown is doing this against the ones and the twos, man. The competition in the Cowboys training camp is better than the competition that Camden Brown faced than Camden Brown faced on Saturday and will face on Saturday again. Or at least I think it is. Camden Brown is a baller, man, and they know it. I dare him. I double dare him. Ain't no way Camden Brown. Man, Jonathan Mingo better not make no team over Camden Brown.
Yeah, I really don't. It doesn't matter. But
Miss Matrix, I'm with you on Kalen Carson, too. I don't know why the Cowboys want Kalen Carson to be bad. They want him to be good so bad. Kalen Carson is not good. Kalen Carson should have been cut 2 seasons ago. And the Cowboys keep on fooling with this stuff. I don't even understand it.
Me watching him compete and go up against Deron Bland and Revel and guys like that, to me, is more important. But also, Mingo and Anthony Smith and MVS. I mean, I got to say this about MVS. I mean, what this guy's done.
Boy, this is crazy. I understand Brian. Brian's head coach. I understand what Brian Schottenheimer is doing. Brian can't just be, Brian just can't be, bloviating over one player. And if he does that, then that kind of messes with the psyche of other players and might make Camden Brown think he got it wrapped up I understand all that stuff, man. But Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Man, I'm sorry. I can't even believe Marquez Valdez-Scantling is even on the team at this point. Marquez Valdez-Scantling ain't making no dang on Dallas Cowboys. I never thought he was going to make... Now, I thought he was going to make the team for a moment. And they started talking about putting him on gunner on the punts and all that. But, man, how does he make the team? I don't see how Marquez Valdez-Scantling even makes your team. I don't think he's good enough. He was thinking about retiring. Go ahead and let him go.
Going into year 10 or 11 on special teams is incredible. He understands the importance of how you make this football team in a very talented receiver room. It's not just being a receiver. I got to play special teams, and he's truly jumped into that role with both feet, and couldn't be more pleased and proud of him for doing that.
Yeah, sounds like a farewell speech to me. Because you got to tell me how Marquez Valdez-Scantling make it. How does he make it over even Mingo? How does he make it over Mingo, Camden Brown, and Anthony Smith. Ain't no doggone way. I appreciate what Brian is doing, though. I know what he's doing. You know, he don't want anybody to think they got it all sold up and all those things. But, I mean, we're just talking logical here.
Yeah. Any concerns about Bullard? Because we haven't seen him in almost 2 weeks here.
Yeah, no. Again, got a second opinion. Feel really good about what we've found out, and I think you'll see him beginning to feel a lot better, and we're very optimistic as we close in at the end of training camp that you'll see him in the near future, hopefully. Maybe not early next week or late next week, but we feel really good about what we've kind of figured out.
Okay. So Jonathan Bullard will be in the first, second, or third game of the season. I can see what he's saying already. Yeah. Not season ending, but it might be a minute before we see him.
Groin, or is it the abdomen, or is it?
Yeah, he's seen some specialists, but yeah, it's that area of the abdomen and groin. I mean, it's a thing that we feel good about. Tendonitis, basically, that we're working through.
Getting back to CP. Sorry. Do you see him as an old soul guy that's obviously mature beyond his years?
Yeah, I think he's very mature. He's very organized. He probably wouldn't give you guys ever a dissertation on hot dogs like the other coordinator. I heard he educated you guys greatly on hot dogs, which is pretty cool. I've actually heard that story as well. But I think CP's personality is very, very driven, and he's a incredibly hard worker. Old soul fits. Old soul with fire. He's very passionate, very fiery, and you can see the players love him, and they're developing an identity and a play style that starts with him.
Yourself in him a little bit?
We're different personalities. I don't see him, leading team meetings the way I would. Just we're a little different like that, and that's okay. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But I will say this: he's an incredible young coach that we're very, very fortunate to have, and he's got an extremely, extremely bright future in this business. And I'm just thrilled he's part of our family.
Based on your expectations coming into camp versus now, who are 5 guys that have exceeded?
Wow, good thing I have my roster. Yeah.
Hold on. I want to make sure I write down who he says. He just asked him 5 guys, I guess, that have exceeded his expectations. All right. Let's hear what he says here.
Caleb Downs, special young player. Rashawn Gary's leadership has jumped out at me, and as a player, you guys know that. Tito, I mean, you talk about a guy that we thought we were getting maybe a run stopper. This guy's a good football player, damn good football player, massive, really strong with his hands. Very proud of Vaughn. I'm just going to keep ripping names. You asked for 5, but I'm answering. So I'm answering, yeah. Von Revel, yep. Jonathan Mingo, Camden Brown, Tyler Guyton, Javonte Williams, Ryan Flournoy, Brian Anger, however old he is. He just hit a couple 75-yard punts. But it's been a great camp, Nick. It really has. And there's been a ton of guys that have stood out, and very, very pleased with how the camp's gone. Good. Thank you, guys.
All right, man. It's a great little interview there. I understand where Brian is coming from, though. Brian can't play his whole hand. They got a 53-man roster they have to cut down to, and Brian can't let on in any form of fashion that somebody might be leading a certain room, because you get somebody thinking that they're leading a certain room, and then next thing you know, you wind up cutting them. You wind up cutting them, and then they say, like, why you cut me? I thought you said I was doing, no, you don't have to worry about it. Caleb Downs, kind of looking at what he said there, All right, hold on a second here. Let's see what we can do. So let's think about what he just said. Players that have exceeded expectations. Let's throw a quick little section in here. Now, I haven't been out at Oxnard, California, but, based on things I've read and based on some of the plays that I've seen, I'm going to give you who I believe has exceeded expectations looking at the Cowboys roster. No, Cooper Beebe isn't the next Zach Martin because he's a center. Now, he's starting to remind me somewhat of Travis Frederick. He really is. Ray Appliance, I don't see how they do it. I don't see how you keep Marquez Valdez-Scantling around. Where are you keeping him? What wide receiver? Because the first 4 spots, they're solidified. If you keep 5, there's no way you're keeping Marquez Valdez-Scantling over Camden Brown, Jonathan Migo, and Anthony Smith. There's no way. I don't see how you keep Marquez Valdez-Scantling. If anything, he's gonna get cut, and he'll be on the practice squad, and he can sit there because nobody will want him anyway. Nobody want Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Again, there's a reason why we got him. He ain't gonna be. He don't have to be on the 53-man roster. He's one of those players you can keep without having a roster spot. Namji, getting season is huge. Yeah, and I don't think you need to wait until the whole season either. Don't let Dak get his brains beat out. No, Dak Elite, Anthony Smith is making it. You don't draft that guy and he don't make it. I think he's in. I do. Them boys, he says CD, Pickens, Flo, Brown, Turpin. Oh, Tyreek Hill, he ain't coming here. Tyreek Hill. Them boys, hey man, let me tell you something, them boys. I don't know what's going on with Tyreek Hill, but I saw a video the other day. I don't know if it's true, but this man was talking about he can't even run no more. I don't know if he was doing it to try to hype it up so that when he comes back, but I've seen the video on Tyreek Hill. Man, he can't run like he used to. He said this. So I don't know what's going on. So now you ain't going to imagine Tyreek Hill here. You might be thinking about the old school. Man, them boys. Do you realize how old, man, I didn't even realize until I was watching the video to Tyreek Hill, because I think he put it out himself. I didn't even realize how old Tyreek Hill is. I mean, I'm not saying that Tyreek Hill is old, but Tyreek Hill is 32. Tyreek Hill is 32. Can you believe that? And when you get injured like that and you were fast as he was, whew. Oh, yeah, Ray Appliance, he's going to be here through training camp. If they keep him, I think he'll be on the practice squad. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they kept him on the practice squad. But, yeah, I don't think he'll be here. Hey, Dak, if I'm not mistaken, it's 6. If I'm not mistaken, it's 6, and I think that's actually a lot. I think most people carry 5, so they might just carry 5. So, and with the way things are going on their offensive line, they might choose to keep the minimum at running back, minimum at wide receiver, because they may want to stack their offensive line depth, even though they don't have any. They might want to keep as many of those guys on here as they can. But let's look at what he said here. He said the guys who have stood out to him in this camp, and I don't know, he's going down the roster. I'm just going by what I've seen and what I've seen other people talking about as far as the Dallas Cowboys training camp. I mean, if you just went down the line, George Pickens has had the best camp of everybody. George Pickens has had the best camp of everybody. I don't know. Maybe that's not exceeding his expectations. But George has had an incredible camp. I could see Ryan Flanoy Ryan Flanoy came back bigger. I don't know about faster, but he definitely came back bigger. Kind of going down the line here. Exceed expectations. He said Javonte Williams. He does look a little bit quicker, though. Javonte Williams does look a little bit quicker. Like he kind of shaped, kind of toned up even a little bit more. Camden Brown. Camden Brown definitely stands out. Kavontae Turpin has been standing out the last week and a half. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to Kavontae Turpin. Kavontae Turpin has really been standing out. Going down the line, you know, I would say Jaden Blue, but the last game he kind of got beat up a little bit. I would say Malik Davis. Malik Davis has looked really good. There's no doubt about it. Malik Davis. Yeah, he's looked really, really good. I got to give Malik Davis his props. Michael Trigg, that's another one. Michael Trigg just looked really good. Anthony Smith, I was actually impressed with Anthony Smith in the preseason game. So that would be about 5 or 6 right there on offense. Defense for me, Rashawn Gary, overshown because he's still healthy. I would say DaRon Bland. I would say DaRon Bland. DaRon Bland is quietly having a really good camp. Haven't heard any soreness or any of those things. I've seen some PBUs. Kobe Durant, I thought he was going to be good, but he's been great. Caleb Downs doesn't look like a rookie. Exceeded my expectations. Savon Revel Jr. I did not know Savon Revel Jr. was going to come back and practice the way he did. Oh, my gosh. Savon Revel Jr. is actually looking like the first round draft pick cornerback he actually would have been. I'm just Von Miller has exceeded my expectations just by signing with the Cowboys. So I gotta say Von Miller too, man. Just because of the fact he signed with the Cowboys and stuff. Jayshon Barham. He hasn't played, but man, Jayshon Barham throughout training camp, man is all I can say. He's been great. James Houston, Justin Barron, man. Justin Barron is putting some serious pressure on the Cowboys. Serious pressure. So that's kind of my guys right there. So I got about 12 guys that have exceeded my expectations. But the person who's had the best camp of the year is George Pickens. George Pickens' camp has been incredible. George been out there mossing boys, man. That boy George Pickens been out here mossing folk. So he's having a really good camp. You know what? Another one. Let me give you a couple of more. Dak Prescott is having an incredible camp. Joe Milton. I got to give it to Joe Milton. Joe Milton has had a good camp. He really has. Joe Milton is having a really good camp. And I think he's going to beat out Sam Howell. I do. I think he's going to beat out Sam Howell. So those will be my people. That's about 13 or 14. All right, let's move on to a couple more interviews here. Four Pockets, he got a $3 million deal. Michael Trigg is making the roster. Cowboys can't even let Michael Trigg go to the practice squad either. I don't think he'll make it. I don't think Michael Trigg would make it to the practice squad. I really don't. I don't. You mess around and start trying to play that game with Michael Trigg, it's over. It's over. Somebody else will pick up Michael Trigg. Michael Trigg is a serious talent. And I'm with you, dumb boys. I hope that toe heals up quickly. But yeah. But yeah, Joe Milton has actually exceeded my expectations. Yeah, Joe Milton has actually exceeded my expectations. All right, let's keep going here. Let's see if we can get the Stephen Jones interview in. Stephen Jones.
Hello, Cowboys Nation. I'm Nick Eatman.
Nick Eatman. Talked to Stephen Jones yesterday. And I don't know where this is, but they always got this really good setting back here. This is Nick Eatman and Stephen Jones. Brandy, go ahead and put your petition in. Brandy said that I can take Nick Eatman's spot. Go ahead and put your petition in. Make sure I get everybody free tickets if I get in. All right, this is Nick Eatman talking to Steve. This is Nick Eatman talking to Stephen Jones.
Along with Stephen Jones, Cowboys Chief Operating Officer, co-owner, as we're getting close to wrapping things up here in Oxnard Air Training Camp, and it's been a very productive camp. You guys have gotten a lot of things done. What's been the most memorable thing to you that's kind of stood out?
We did get a lot of work done, and I agree with you, Nick. It's been a very productive camp in terms of what we've been able to accomplish here. I think we've, certainly Christian and the defensive staff was, going to be interesting, a big question mark as we moved in here. Of course, him being a coordinator in his first year, and how the defense was going to react and how they were.
Savon Revel Jr. has looked incredible. He's looked incredible, man. All right, what's going on, Saquon? People don't need to sleep on CD because without him, we are not going anywhere. He's the backbone. Man, let me tell you something, Saquon. CD need to get his personal life right. I don't know what's going on with CD, but something is going on. CD needs to get it. Man, I'm just disappointed in this whole issue. And we've already talked about it on Cowboys After Dark, but I'm sorry. I'm not dating an ex-football player. I have nothing against football players. I love football players, but I'm not dating an ex. I'm not dating the baby mama of a football player. Not me. I wouldn't do it. I'm not dating the baby mama of a football player. I'm not doing it. And especially an active football player. I'm not doing it. I mean, I'm married, but if I wasn't married, I wouldn't even. I'm not gonna go there. I don't want to open up that can of worms. But I'm telling you, I don't understand it. And I wonder if that is what's going on with him in his personal life. I really do. I wonder if that's what's going on. But we need CeeDee Lamb. And we need him to have his head screwed on straight. Absolutely. We need his head screwed on straight. Because we're on the Super Bowl run. We don't have time for drama. We really don't.
We're going to come together because we do have so many new faces, not only on the coaching staff, but on the team, the defensive side of the ball. But, it's been better than.
Yeah, we need him. We need him bad, old school. Bad. This ain't a time to be dealing with anything mentally other than football. CD's a very private person. And it just goes to show you, man, you got to be careful getting with certain types of women. You got to be careful getting with certain types of women, man. They will pull you away. They can pull you away. And shoo, my man, let me tell you something. Boy, we was watching a video today, and some guy was talking about her on the video today. Man, let me tell you something, man. I ain't even being funny. And y'all know, I'm a minister and everything, but man, I'm telling you right now, I could see how she's a distraction, bro. Boy, I can see how she's a distraction, bro. We need CeeDee Lamb. We do not need CeeDee Lamb distracted by this stuff, distracted by this nonsense. That's a lot to deal with, man. It's a lot to deal with. I'm just not dating another football player's baby mama, and especially one he got 3 kids with. What you gonna do when they come to the game? What? Man, I don't even want to deal with that kind of mess. I don't want to deal with that mess. Crazy mess.
Unexpected and certainly exceeded expectations, whether it's Christian and his staff and how they our was going to react and how they were going to come together. But
you know what? I forgot to mention this too. Christian Parker. I knew he was going to be good. He's exceeded expectations too. Christian Parker has exceeded my expectations.
Because we do have so many new faces, not only on the coaching staff, but on the team, the defensive side of the ball. But, it's been better than expected and certainly exceeded expectations, whether it's Christian and his staff and how they are able to communicate and really get our defensive football team executing as a unit. And We've seen it against the Rams. We've obviously saw it in the preseason game against the Seahawks. And then, the flip side of that, the offensive side of the ball continues to look great. We've still got work to do in this camp. And then the special teams has done really well as well. So we're fired up about this team. We think we've gotten a lot accomplished in terms of the camp. And, we've got Quinnen extended. And, of course, we added a face in Von Miller, who's very familiar to people in North Texas, having played his high school ball right there. But he's a great addition for this team that I think can really help us out.
Yeah, you were talking about those guys, the football fields are this way. The where you guys get these deals done is back over here, and you did that with Von Miller. He talked about being such a great teammate. He's not a...
Boy, you ain't lying, old school. Shoot, my mom would tell me everything glitter ain't gold. That's what my mom would tell me. Shoot. I remember my grandfather told me, old school. Boy, my grandfather told us, if it looked too good to be true, then it's too good to be true. Man, dropping balls, boy. Man, dropping balls. Yeah, you got it. Oof, man.
He's not afraid to say that. He's one of the best teammates in the history of the NFL.
Von Miller is going to pay dividends for this team, on and off the field. No doubt in my mind.
Did you guys in the research and homework see that, know that as well?
Yes, that was a big part of what what we wanted to bring in here. We want to bring things that are good for the culture and only be additive in terms of what he can bring. Obviously, he's just an amazing player.
He's already coaching over there, man. He's already coaching. I love this about Von Miller. I'm telling you, it would be exciting to be on the team with this guy, man. It really would.
Certainly going, I'm sure, in the Hall of Fame. He's had an amazing career, certainly on the back end of it.
You ain't lying,
we feel like, and he does too, feel like he can really help us and, bring pressure, help us close games. And, I just think he's going to do a great job on that end. But, the other thing, as you said, with this young group of
they say
players
dating
we
Von
have in
Miller,
the
baby
defensive
mama.
Room, I think he can really bring leadership and, and help guys like Quinnen and Kenny Clark out in terms of being a leader on this football team.
I'm going to stay on the defensive side. Now that you've added him and you re-signed Quinnen Williams, do you think you have an identity for your defense, or if not, what do you want it to be?
Yeah, I think we do. I think with our group, obviously we got some truly great players established in Kenny Clark and Quinnen, and certainly their leadership, but their play on the field. And so, building that thing from the inside out, we're fired up about. You look at a team like the Seahawks, who we played in the preseason the other day. You look at their Super Bowl run, and they didn't necessarily have a 10-plus sack guy on that team. They had 4, 5, 6 guys getting 7, 8, and 9 sacks. So I
didn't I tell y'all this? I don't care what anyone tells me. I would be glad if we got Max Crosby. Because that would tell me that the Cowboys have done everything they need to do, and now they're saying we can get Max Crosby. But if we don't get Max Crosby, my expectations are not any lower for the Cowboys than they were if we had Max Crosby. My expectations are the same, if not higher, without Max Crosby. Even if we had Max Crosby, they would still be high. But without him, they're even higher. I think teams take you further than players. Teams take you further than players. And people don't want to, man, the way you do it is the way that it's been done. The way the Rams like to do it, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. It's hard to do and sustain. It's hard to do. But the way the Seahawks did it, and even the way we're doing it can garner you more than one Super Bowl. Von Miller's going to help us. I don't think Von Miller's going to come in here and beat Charles Haley of 1992. But I do think Von Miller's going to help an already good defensive roster that has some great, some good, and some elite pieces. I think it's going to be good. And so, Stephen Jones, this is why I keep saying, man, people need to temper their expectations. Need to temper their expectations. Simply because you don't need Von Miller. I'm not Von Miller. You don't need Max Crosby to win the Super Bowl. You don't. And the reason why I know you don't is because he don't have a Super Bowl yet. Yeah, he don't have no Super Bowl yet. And I say yet, he might not ever get one. He ain't got no doggone Super Bowl yet. So just keep building the team, Dallas. What's going on, Brave Cowboys? You know we still up in here, man. Cowboys after dark. Old school. It's right. He does need prayer. Yeah, he needs prayer. Hey, that goes without saying, my brother. He need prayer. I don't understand it.
See that being our identity, that we rush. We stay fresh. We've got numbers. And then, of course, the big thing that we've been wanting to accomplish through building this thing is to be able to, stop the run. That's something that we hadn't done well over the past 6-7 years. And certainly we want that to be part of the identity of this defense too, that it's, that we can stop the run and push them to where they have to throw the ball to move the ball.
You talked about the defensive side of the ball and some of those question marks. This is the time of year where you want to get answers to questions.
What up, Easy?
What are some of the things you still feel like you need to kind of figure out about this team, whether it be backup quarterback or running back or, maybe cornerback?
Yeah, I mean, all those things are a work in progress. We feel good. We have a lot of answers on the team. Certainly, the young guys in blue and Moffer getting pushed by a guy like Malik Davis, who, by the way, only has one season under his belt. He's a young guy, too.
Sure.
But all he does is move the chains.
Yeah.
And certainly he's going to get more opportunities as we move forward. But we think the skills are there. We just got to get the production going with those backup backs behind Javonte. Certainly the tackle spot, we're young there, between Terrence and Tyler Guyton, but we think they're coming along really well and feel good about that. And then certainly on the defensive side, Revel has really made some big jumps during this camp. And, his there is straight up, and he gets better every day he goes out there. So feeling a lot better about the corner spot. And then the linebackers really become something that we are really fired up about in terms of how well those guys are playing, from D. Winters to Overshown. Certainly we're getting Barham back in the mix this week, and I think his area is straight up. And then obviously Shamar James is doing a lot of great things as well.
Well, I can't end this thing without talking about number 4. I mean, Dak Prescott, there's so many times the focus is on him, but it seems like he's been so good, so steady that we're talking about everything but him.
Well, we're just so fortunate to have a guy like him. I mean, he is obviously one of the best quarterbacks in this league, no question. I mean, there's 0 question marks there. And then on top of that,
Yeah, Amber Soprano, exactly. Yeah, he said all he do is move the chains. Yeah, I'd already said I thought he was going to be the number 2 back because I don't think Jaden Blue is the number 2 back. I think Jaden Blue is his own thing. Jaden Blue is your change of pace, gadget back. I would dare say even a much improved or a 2.0 Kevontae Turpin. So, yeah, there's a place there. There's a place. And again, Malik Davis, he'll be fine at the number 2. He's not your number 1. Something was to happen to Javonte, now you are going to go get you more than likely another running back. Well, unless you let Jaden Blue take up a little bit more of it, but they got plans for Jaden Blue. They got plans for Blue. Malik Davis, I believe he's going to be the number 2, like I'd already said before, because I never thought Blue was a number 2 back. Again, he's his own thing. So, yeah, I think they got a pretty good plan in place.
His leadership is just amazing. He's the Pied Piper out there. Everybody looks to him. But he's the first to say it's nice to have some help, too, in that leadership role, especially on the defensive side of the ball where, as I mentioned, guys like Quinnen and Kenny Clark and now Vaughn can step up and really help with the identity of this football team in terms of doing things.
Man, that man Von Miller's a rock star, ain't he? He's a rock star, boy.
The right way, have the right expectations, creating a winning culture here.
Yeah, all right, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us every time. Stephen Jones, Cowboys Chief Operating Officer, co-owner. We'll see you next time on DallasCowboys.com.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm liking where we are right now, but I do think they're going to continue to tweak the team. Yeah, I think they're going to continue to tweak the team, and then we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do as they get, closer to the midterm. Closer to the midterm, but I think the Cowboys they're on their way, man. Do y'all realize, man, we are almost, what are we now, about 3 weeks away? We're about 3 weeks away from the season starting. It's exciting, man. It is absolutely exciting that we are about to be seeing some professional football around, what is that, September 13th, somewhere in there? Yeah, Stephen White. Pollard may have had a little bit more talent, but I think Jaden Blue got more speed. I wish the Cowboys could have figured out a way to keep Tony Pollard. I really do. And I definitely thought we wasted putting him on that doggone franchise tag. I really didn't understand that. What's going on? What's going on? Running the voice said, let's get those after dark likes up. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. Let's see if we can hit 10 super chats before we get out of here tonight, too. Yeah, let's see if we can get 10 of those. Appreciate you, Jawan 100. All right, let's see. Let's continue moving over here. Next up, we got we got Jerry Jones. Mixed Matrix, don't sweat it. Jerry Jones ain't talking long, trust me. He ain't talking long. I made sure I checked the time on it. Jerry Jones is only talking 4 minutes. Yeah.
Year 20 for the Cowboys in Oxnard.
Okay, I thought that was Nicole Hutchinson, but it's not. All right, let's go on over here. All right, this is Jerry Jones over here. And he did not talk long. So, again, you don't have to worry. He ain't gonna give us a long speech today. Let's check out Jerry Jones.
Strong.
Last day in Oxnard, California. Here is none other than Jerry Jones. Let's check him out.
Strong opinion in the league to when we have these joint practices, everybody's aware of the competition, both individually as well as through the team.
What up, Bump T.Y.? What up,
we
in the
understand
903?
that you don't have the discipline of penalties that are real difference makers out here. And frankly, you probably don't have the officiating consequences. So this game is physical, and it's easy to get involved with aggressive temperaments. All of that makes it a real focal point of the league to stay within good sport. And taking of helmets off and swinging and hitting and that type of thing is not good for anybody, and it's certainly not what we want to represent to our fans and as a league or as a team. And so it's understandable how they're coming down with a real severe fines.
Should they find players? Should they find players rather than teams, individual players?
I just laughing, talking about coming down with a severe fine. You charging a multi-billion-dollar team $500,000. Come on, man. Ain't no dang go severe fines. Come on, man. Really? $500,000, and you're charging the team? Really? Now, where it would have mattered is if you had you find the players, especially some of them practice squad, especially some of them undrafted free agents. They be broke, bro. Hey, Wanda Prue, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish the Cowboys would have went back and picked up Rico Dowdle. I wish the Cowboys would have went back and got Rico Dowdle if the Carolina Panthers didn't re-sign him. I would have loved to have seen Rico Dowdle and Javonte Williams. Oh, my gosh. Rico Dowdle and Javonte Williams would have been unstoppable. Don't get me wrong, Malik, he moved the chains and some of those types of things. We're going to see how it goes. But Rico Dowdle? Oh, no, Rico Dowdle should be a starting running back in this league. Rico Dowdle gets hated on, but he should have been starting in Dallas even when Zeke was here and everybody was crying about Zeke was, man, I'll never understand that year, 2024. Had people talking about Zeke, making a discussion. No discussion about Zeke. He wasn't at that point in time better than Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle should have started the entire year. It didn't make no sense. And I wish we would have went back and got Rico Dowdle. I really do. But again, he talking about $500,000 fine is a hefty, ain't no hefty fine, man.
Well, that's up to the team
Well,
to find those players, and so we will find those players.
Okay. You could appeal the fine. Is that something you would?
Jerry said he gonna find the players, man. I wouldn't find those players. I would let the team pay for that. I wouldn't find the players. They were just taking a stand. The Saints players are out there doing dumb stuff. Pushing to the ground you were not supposed to be doing. All the extra activity after the snap. I'm not finding my team. I'm just not doing it. I'll eat that fine.
Yes, we will appeal, and that's pretty harsh. Pretty stiff, not harsh, but stiff. But it does make the point that it's a serious matter, and it starts with everybody at all levels of a club and the clubs in this case were to a practice together. It really emphasizes the league's intent to control it from the very top, which when they start dealing out those kinds of fines, they get your attention.
Schotty say this. I guess this is the flip side to that is we're not going to take too much crap from anybody, and I guess that's
why I'm not finding my players right there, because the Saints was on some bull junk, man. Saints were on some bull junk. I'm not finding my players. No, I'm not finding. Now, the person who I might find though is Donovan Ezeraku. Donovan Ezeraku, bro, you don't be out here throwing punches, bro. Go ahead, throw no damn punches.
They said shit, but they can't use that. But did you like the fact that you guys are feisty and not going to take too much stuff from anybody out there?
I'm offended. We're here for clean sportsmanship.
Yes, sir.
Especially from you. Is your mother watching? No, seriously, without any humor at all, this is a serious matter, and it needs to be taken that way.
If y'all think what we saw from the Cowboys and the Saints was a fight, boy, I don't know if I think I got it today. I think I got the video. For the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Dolphins and the Giants. Shoot. Well, if they find the Dallas Cowboys $500,000, well, they about to find them $1 million. I'm telling you right now. They about to find them. I'm gonna show it to you. They're gonna find them $1 million when I show y'all this fight. This thing was crazy. This fight they had today, boy.
By everybody associated at the club level, right up through the top.
Are you concerned at all about Ezeraku repeated, punch incident?
Well, I think that you have to have consequences, and that needs to register. In other words, we all know, whether you're playing a game or out here in society, if you aren't sensitive about the consequences of your behavior, then
yeah, I'm finding Donovan Ezeraku throwing punches. I'm finding him.
You'll get brought to your knees pretty quick, and so this is something that.
The player for the Saints who took off the helmet, I'm doing more than find him. He might get a suspension. The player that tried to do the suplex on Jalen Thompson, who tried to do the suplex, I'm gonna suspend him too. I'm suspending him.
Knowing him, I think he has the capability of being sensitive to consequences.
And you will find him then.
And our plan is, I
got you, Ray Appliance. Don't you worry, I got you.
I haven't confirmed that where he is in the situation, but the players that are involved and that have the kind of infractions that they're fining the club for certainly will receive fines.
Any players stood out for you at camp? You know, who's the guy that stars of camp in your mind?
Well, I like our receiving group, and I think they've earned it and they've worked. I like our quarterbacks. And I really like what we're doing with, frankly, in our secondary. I think you're seeing the benefit, or you're seeing the results of good communication out there, and you're seeing players that are actually playing at a level that they can attain because of good communication. They're not worried about as much if they're making a mistake or where they are. They've got a good feel for it. And that's the point. That's what they're trying to do. So I see the effect of what we're trying to do on defense relative to communication. And then I obviously really like the players and their individual abilities to execute.
Yeah, man, that was, hey, told you, Miss Matrix. Jerry wasn't even going to have time to put you to sleep. I'm going to show you the Miami Dolphins thing, but this is Shannnon Sharpe, man. They were talking about this thing with Dallas, too, talking about Cowboys.
Hey, guys, it's your favorite Dunk here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories.
Things got chipping between the Saints and the Cowboys at the joint practice. Let's check out the video, guys.
Uh-oh, where we at? Okay. Yeah. Help your homeboy. Come around the back. Come around the other side.
Stop it.
We try to tackle it. One guy about to get suplex. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah. Let's go.
Nah, bro. I'm. Hey, man. I don't believe in fighting, but that one right there, boy. I might. Ooh, boy. Hey, Ray Appliance. I'm sending him to wrestling. He need to be in wrestling, bro. That's a crazy move. Man, you could have hurt somebody with that move. I'm suspending him.
Let's go. Hey.
Man, I feel like that's normal here when you have joint practices.
It is. There were at least 6 fights yesterday during the Saints Cowboys practice. Brian Schottenheimer said after, we're going to play on the edge and we're not going to take ish from anybody.
I like that. I like that.
I told you, I like the energy coming from Dallas. Hey, we're not finna be playing with y'all this year. I'm just keep it 100 with y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but boy, y'all gonna have hell dealing with me every Sunday, Monday. Whenever we play. Hey, boy. We got the right attitude. Huh?
You're talking now, Ocho. He'll be quiet soon.
Okay. All right. We gonna see. Well, we got we got the right type of attitude right now. Man, the Cowboys.
Joe, y'all fight every training camp, Joe?
Every training camp.
So what y'all trying to say? We ain't made no improvements to improve our team?
In general, every team fights every training camp, Joe.
In training camp.
That's not a testament to how the season gonna go.
Man, it lets you know we ain't finna play no silly games.
All 32 teams have a fight training camp, so they ain't gonna.
That's enough of that. That's funny though, man. Boy, that's funny, bro. Yeah, man, that dude who did that suplex, man. Nah, bro. Man, nah, bro. That's too far for me. Hey, y'all think that fight was something? Boy, let me show y'all this. This Dolphins fight today, if they find the Cowboys, let me see, where do I have that at? Yeah, here it is. Boy, if they find the Dallas Cowboys $500,000, Boy, y'all, wait, hold on. Let me put a mark. Hold on. Boy, this Dolphins Giants fight it surpassed all the fights the Cowboys had. Hold on, let me put a marker here. Boy, you think we had a fight? Look at this. This is crazy work. Look at this. They bringing out, man, everybody came down, man. I don't know what these boys got going on. Look. What? Man, I don't know what these boys got going on. They cleared the sidelines on this one. Still going. What? Man, these boys cleared both sidelines. Man. My gosh. Hey, you ain't lying, boy. That's a Royal Rumble right there, man. Shoot, if they find the Dallas Cowboys, well, they definitely finna find them. But I do think Shannnon Sharpe is probably right. That kind of stuff is probably par for the course. I'm sure that happens all the time. I'm sure it does. Yeah, I'm sure that happens all the time. That is crazy. Man, I saw this today. I was like, that is crazy, crazy work. All right, let's move on over.
Here we go.
So Dan Orlovsky, neighborhood Josh Allen lover, Dan Orlovsky, comes out with his annual quarterback trait rank. And there is no consistency to this thing. Last year, Dak Prescott was on this list. And Dak Prescott, I believe, Dak Prescott made one category on this list. Dak Prescott last year made one category on Dan Orlovsky's list. It is called Ranking NFL Quarterbacks by Trait. Best arm, accuracy, and more. Dan, who's not the man, wrote, "You're going to hear us talk about quarterbacks a lot on NFL Live over the course of the 2026 season." Well, of course you do. There will be debates about all of them, from the best in the game to the borderline starters. But for a third straight year, I'm narrowing the focus here in the borderline starters. But for a third straight year, I'm narrowing the focus here in the preseason. Who are the best signal callers in the NFL at individual drills? Does anyone boast a better arm than Josh Allen? Not in your eyes, Orlovsky. Does Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford have the more refined mechanics? Is Lamar Jackson still the gold standard in quarterback rushing? I ranked the top 10 quarterbacks by 7 different traits: arm strength, ball placement, mechanics, decision-making, pocket presence, second reaction creativity, and rushing abilities. These lists are based on current performance and expectations for the 2026 season. It is how I would rank the quarterback group at this exact moment. I included only starters and leaned on what I see on the tape to form the rankings. Now, my question is, are you leaning on recent tape? Recent tape. So, I'm going to ask y'all, how many categories do you think Dak Prescott made? How many categories for anybody who hasn't saw this? Because I'm sure some of y'all have already seen this. Last year, Dak Prescott only made one category. How many categories did Dak Prescott make this year? What do y'all think? How many categories did Dak Prescott make this year? Let's go to the first category. Easy, you said that Dak probably made none. You said he made none. Mr. DJ Smooth, what up? You said 0. Dak Elite, you said 0. Y'all are going to be, I don't know if you're going to be pleasantly surprised because we're not really putting any stock in this per se. I think you're going to be surprised. Category 1, arm strength. Of course, you know Josh Allen was going to be number 1. Herbert, number 2. Caleb Williams, number 3. Stafford, number 4. Mahomes, Mayfield, May, Burrow, Jackson. Number 10 is Dak Prescott. What? Dak Prescott? Okay. Wow. I'll be honest with you, though. I believe Joe Milton should be at the top of the list. Easy. I think you're right. I think Joe Milton should be at the top of the list. Shoot, Joe Milton is Ryu Hayabusa. I mean, this dude is Hadouken when he throws the ball. I don't think anybody throws the ball harder or farther than Joe Milton. And I'm including Josh Allen. I am. I'm including Josh Allen. So, a lot of y'all said Dak Prescott was 0. So, he's already been on 1. Next category. Ball placement. Stafford, number 1. No. Even though he does have that no-look throw. Drake May. That's right, 100 proof. He said starters. Great catch. Should have made an exception for Joe Milton, though. Great catch. Ball placement. Sam Darnold. Joe Burrow. Jared Goff. Jordan Love. I ain't buying it. But I will say Jordan Love has thrown a few passes that I'm like, made me scratch my head. Number 7, Josh Allen. Well, of course, Josh Allen is on another list. Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy. Do y'all know that Dak Prescott was leading the league last year in tight window throws? Dak Prescott is one of the best tight window throwers in the league. And he's only at number 10. But again, hey, he's on 2 of the list. He is on 2 of the list. All right. Number 3, mechanics. Matthew Stafford, number 1. Joe Burrow, number 2. Daniel Jones, number 3. Jared Goff, number 4. And Dak Prescott, number 5? What? What? No way. What's going on, Hoppy Bob? He said, hello, sir. You've chosen to work for the authorities, do you see? Man. Mechanics. Of course, you know Josh Allen gonna make every list. Dak Prescott, number 5. I would think Dak would be higher than Jared Goff. But again, this is Dan Orlovsky. Next category. Decision making with the ball. Josh Allen, number 1. Stop it. Josh Allen is a turnover machine. Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. Based on what? Based on what? Dak Prescott, number 6. Yeah. I would think Dak Prescott would be a little bit higher, but he is at number 6. Next up, pocket presence. Drake May, number 1. Joe Burrow, number 2. Sam Darnold, number 3. Justin Herbert, number 4. I think Joe Burrow should be at number 1 on this. Dak Prescott, number 5. Wow. Dak Prescott has been on every list. Wow. Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams, Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence. Wow. Wow. Okay. Second, reaction ability. I don't know how Dak Prescott didn't make this list. Of course, you know he's going to put Josh Allen on this one, number 1. Stop it. Caleb Williams, number 2. I would actually have Patrick Mahomes at number 1. 4 is Drake May. 5 is Sam Darnold. Bo Nix, number 6. There's no list I'm putting Brock Purdy on over Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, and I'm definitely not putting Jaden Daniels and Baker Mayfield over any list that Dak Prescott is on as it pertains to quarterbacking. No, I'm not doing that. And then finally, well, Dak Prescott ain't gonna make this one either. Lamar Jackson, number 1. Josh Allen, number 2. Yes, those are right. Drake May, number 3. Caleb Downs, number 4. Drake May, number 3. Over Caleb Williams? Hold on a second. How you gonna have Jalen Hurts at number 6? In what universe does Drake May run better than Jalen Hurts? I'm not even putting Caleb Williams nor Justin Herbert over Jalen Hurts. That's just disrespect right there, bro. Now, we know he ain't the best, but we ain't going to even do this. Jalen Hurts should be at number 3. He's probably the 3rd best running quarterback in the league. Patrick Mahomes, I'd probably put him around 5-ish. He knows when to run. I ain't putting Baker at number 8. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, I can see definitely making the list. All right, let me see if that's the last one. And that was the last one. That is Dan Orlovsky's top 10 quarterbacks based on traits. Dan Orlovsky. And y'all know we taking that with a grain of salt, man. Y'all already know we taking that with a grain of salt. We ain't buying nothing that Dan Orlovsky is selling. We ain't selling it. Unless he's telling the truth. And I don't know. I don't think he was telling the truth on that one. All right. So we already did effects of bad offensive tackles. And I'm going to make sure I repost that so people can see that. I think it would be very interesting for people to see. Next up, we're going to do some of the camp takeaways, which really we've already done some of the camp takeaways. We're going to do a little bit more reading some things from... We're going to read some of the things from some stuff that other people have said who have actually been at camp. Let me see if they got that over on DallasCowboys.com. Nicole Hutchinson normally does her thing. Let me see if she got that up today. All right, I don't see her little segment she does every day. But what we are going to do, I was able to retrieve some from Nick Harris, I think, Nick Eatman, Nicole Hutchinson. Yeah, Nicole Hutchinson. So I got about 3 of those. So we'll read those, and then we'll look at some stuff today from training camp, and then we'll go to our quick hits. Boy, y'all are going to roll on these quick hits for the day. Y'all are going to roll, bro. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you. Y'all are going to roll. All right, so this is Nick Harris's observations. Let me see. From the closed Cowboys final practice today. All right, these are the notes here. Hold on a second.
Yes! Here we go!
Camp takeaways. And this one is from, let me make sure, Nick Harris. This is from Nick Harris. Nick Harris. Notes and observations. Said started off with Dak and Christian Parker talking trash. Good energy. Jonathan Migo was active with multiple grabs. Ezraku had a tackle for loss that he blitzed by Nate Thomas. We saw that earlier. Von Miller played 4 snaps and got pressure on his first. There was one play with a 3 safety look. Multiple grabs for CD today, mostly in the short game. Shamar James had another sack on a linebacker blitz. Jaden Smith had catch of the day. Deep ball down the right sideline. Marion Overshawn went down at one point in practice and immediately came off. Ran along the sideline, talked briefly with the medical staff, and then went back out. Overshawn got into it with Jake Ferguson after a pass over the middle. They were quickly separated after throwing some shoves. Malachi Lawrence had a sack versus Terrence Steele. No surprise. Some interesting names that got a couple of first-team reps. Jayshon Barham, Julius Wood, DJ Withers. Long special teams period saw Amir Speed run with the ones. Thought that was interesting. Players that left practice with an injury. Outside linebacker James Houston, defensive tackle Jay Toya, defensive tackle Kelvin Gilliam, tight end DJ Rogers. Next, Nick Eatman. Nick Eatman actually spoke here, so let's go to his. Check this out.
Running backs going through some drills here. Final practice of Oxnard, not the final training camp practice. That's back in Dallas, but the running backs doing their stuff. That's really the good focus here. Is who's going to play, who's going to make this team. That's been the one thing that we've talked about so many times, is who makes this team at running back, because there's just more than they can keep. And you have to factor in Hunter Lipke somewhere in here, but with Javonte Williams, obviously they want to see more of Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa, but you know, Malik Davis just keeps doing Malik Davis things, and you just can't get rid of him. So I think that for me personally, I think it's going to probably come down to Blue or Maffa, and they're different backs, so they do different things. But you know, they're always obviously going to look at the waiver wire too at some point. But that's something to watch in Arizona, is who runs this ball and how well do they do.
Yeah. If the Cowboys cut anybody, I think it'll be Phil Maffa. I think they got plans for Jaden Blue, and we'll see what happens after. We'll see what happens this season. That was Nick Eatman. This was Nicole Hutchinson today. Nicole Hutchinson asked Dak about what he makes of Malik Davis's camp and why he's a name that people tend to lose sight of him in the running back 2 conversation. Dak said, "Turn on the tape. You'll know that I've been one of the biggest fans, and what makes a man is always going to come to fruition. Malik believes in himself, loves his game, and works his butt off." Reference that teams are always looking into the draft and draft new guys to come in and produce and trying to find what's new, but you can't deny someone who shows up each and every day. Yeah, Dak Prescott is obviously an advocate. Those were the notes that I got from today. Let's look at a couple of the plays from today, and really just individual drills. I showed this earlier today. This was crazy to me. This was crazy. Donovan Ezraku put Nate Thomas in the dirt. Look at his move. Crazy work. Got Ty Smith. That's nice. Oh, that's Quentin Williams he going against too. Wow. Okay, I see. Yeah, Mr. GJ Smooth, I think Phil Moffitt is headed to the practice squad. I do. I think he's headed to the practice squad. Ryan Flanoy. Now, I will be honest, I forgot who mentioned this today, but it is, man, it's tough in these individual drills. It really is. It's tough in these individual drills. This, to me, should always be advantage wide receiver. This is the over the shoulder drill. Yeah, that's the over the shoulder drill. Those are always hard, especially on the defender. Von Miller was out there today. Shoot, man. Von Miller, man. Ooh, man, shoot. Man, Von Miller's in tip-top shape, man. Yeah, man. Man, you talking about ready to see somebody on the field. I'm ready to see Von Miller on the field, man. I am. I don't know about y'all. But I'm ready to see Von Miller on the field. Christian Parker was coaching up Savon Rivel Jr. today. Yeah, he gonna have him ready, man. I wonder what the tape is still on the knee for. I wonder why he's still got tape on his knee. I don't really know enough about that stuff. He probably doesn't want to wear a knee brace and didn't like wearing whatever he wore last year, so we'll see. Shoot, Fence, I wish Jerry Jones was paying me. Believe me, I wish he was paying me. What's up, Eric, folks? Yeah, Savon Revel Jr. Tyler Guyton. Pancaked whoever this was. Pancaked somebody right in front of Dak Prescott. I don't know who that was he pancaked. Pancaked him. Yeah. Nice, nice. Camden Brown. Continuing to do Camden Brown things. Look at Camp. Oh. Shoot. Put some respect on that man's name. Joe Milton, Camden Brown. Nice. They convinced Brian Schottenheimer today. Caleb Downs did. Convinced Schotty to do some conditioning with him. Thought that was cool. I see you, Schotty. See Schotty after that last one, Schotty said, woof. Schotty said, wait a minute, hold on a second, man, hold on. Yeah, that's cool as Schotty right there. Hey, look at the meme somebody put below that. Somebody said, that's leadership right there. They said that's leadership right there. I agree. And then finally we had Malachi Lawrence versus Drew Shelton. Oops. Definitely got his feet around too. I mean, he got him. Man, right here, you better get that ball off a step up. Shoot. Better get that ball off a step up. Not too shabby. Hey, what's going on, Rex? You said y'all are killing it. It's 5:30 in Brazil. Yes, sir. All right. And so that was pretty much it for today. As far as the plays, they didn't let anybody do anything. So, I think we've heard quite a few of the takeaways and stuff. I've kind of given mine, and I think right now the Cowboys are in a predicament as it applies to they got some good players in the wide receiver room. I mean, they got some very good players in the wide receiver room, so they're going to have to decide, like, who's going to, who are you going to cut in there? That wide receiver room got a lot of depth in it, man. It's got a lot of depth in it. So who do you cut? I don't know, I don't know. So we'll see how that all turns out. Running back room, I told y'all this last week. I felt it was going to be Javonte Williams, Malik Davis as the number 2. Jaden Blue is going to be the gadget back. I already thought that. So I think that is what it is going to be. So man, now let's have some fun. Boy. Let's hit some of these quick hits. All right, have a good night, Stephen White. Now, y'all going to have to help me out with some of these quick hits. So, let me see which one I want to hit first. All right, I got a couple of quick hits here. 3 quick hits. All right, so the first quick hit, let me go from least to greatest. All right, let me go from least to greatest. Man, y'all are gonna roll so hard when we get to the memes, man. Let me see. I saw this today. Hold on a second. All right, let's call them quick hits. I actually got 4 of these. Hold on. All right. Quick hit number 1. And that is ESPN's quarterback list. ESPN's quarterback list. Let's pull this up real quick. This is ESPN's quarterback list. This is the official rankings for the 2026 season. And look at this mess right here. This is their rankings. This is crazy work to me. Look at this. Josh Allen, number 1. No surprise. Lamar Jackson, number 2. Jaden Daniels, number 3? This list lost all credibility right there. This is a joke, bro. Drake May, number 4. Joe Burrow, number 5. Jalen Hurts, number 6. Jackson Dart, number 7. And you got Jackson Dart and Jaden Daniels over Dak Prescott. Even Drake May. Jalen Hurts, stop it. Man, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy, man. That's why I say we ain't interested in these lists no more. This stuff is nonsense, man. Anthony Robinson, yeah, you right, boy. 49ers, half the team hurt in practice. Yeah, but last year he was still able to make it to the second round. I thought he should have been a runner in the running for the coach of the year. Shoot. Man, Dak Elite, ain't that crazy, bro? OMG Ken, ain't that crazy, bro? Jackson Dart over Dak Prescott. Man, throw this list in the trash, bro. Throw this list in the doggone trash. That's all it is trash, man. All right, let's see. I got another quick hit here. I'm going to go from least to greatest. Look at this right here. Cowboys Nation, put some respect on this man's name. Look at Jalen Tolbert out here, y'all. Better put some respect on this man's name. Look at Jalen Tolbert, bro. Jalen Tolbert. Where is Lisa Worley when you need her? Lisa Worley, if you was here, look at Jalen Tolbert. Yeah, the boy balling. I think Jalen Tolbert gonna do a little something out there in Miami. Man, that's a nice grab, man. Shoot. Boy, that's a nice grab right there. That's a nice grab by Jalen Tolbert, man. Look at what somebody said. Dak Hall of Fame said, can't believe Cowgirls ran Jalen Tolbert out of town. Man, that's nice right there. Nice. Yeah, he's nice. All right, let's see here. And now this is the one. I'm going to need y'all to help me out with this one right here. I'm going to need y'all to help me out. Hold on a second. Let me. Okay. Now, this is not Dallas Cowboys related, but I really need y'all to help me out on this. Tell me, what do y'all make of this? Help me out. What do y'all make of this? Wait.
And that's why I retired, because I saw the rookies coming in and I just didn't, I don't like what they stood for. And I'm like, this is not how I came through and I learned the ball and played football. Like, football is first. Well, guard is first, then football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they was coming in. Football wasn't even on the radar. We would have guys leave the locker room, didn't even shower, drop their clothes and head and go. And that's why I retired.
Can somebody help me out with this? What does not taking a shower after practice? I've been trying to wrap my head around that, because I could see a scenario where they wouldn't want to take a shower. Because who wants to take showers? I'm not going to, let me not use the word who. But I can see where some people might not want to take showers, walk around in front of grown men and get dressed in front of grown men. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing this. Can y'all hear me out? I've been struggling with this all day. Eric, folks, this is Vance Woolford. Super Bowl winning, I think he's Super Bowl winner from the Patriots. I've been trying to figure out, why would it bother somebody that somebody's not taking a shot? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Get somebody. Bro, I have been bothered by this all day long. I have been bothered by this all day long, bro. Because I'm like, what does this mean? I mean, let's hear this one more time. The last part, I can understand all the YN stuff, but I don't get the shower part. Boy, I've been struggling with this all day long. Boy, I have been struggling with this one right here, man. And nobody's giving me an answer for it. What is this?
And that's why I retired, because I saw the rookies coming in and I just didn't, I don't like what they stood for. And I'm like, this is not how I came through and I learned the ball and played football. Like, football is first. Well, guard is first, then football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they was coming in. Football wasn't even on the radar. We would have guys leave the locker room, didn't even shower, drop their clothes and head and go. And that's why I retired.
Wait a minute. Is he saying that them dropping their clothes and leaving them out there? But the caption says, Woolfolk says that the rookie's unwillingness to shower after practice ultimately led to his retirement. Bro, I don't understand. I'm missing something. I don't know. Eric Folks, that's my thinking process. Man, I'm taking a shower at home, bro. I don't need to take no shower. I'm taking a shower at home. I don't get this one, bro. Brave said he got some skeletons. I don't. Eric Folks said he had some issues. Bro. DJ Smooth. Bro, I can remember, man, being in middle school and later on finding out some of the coaches were actually like, you know, undercover. And I used to always wonder, now I realize when I got older, but why they would always be lying, man, they would make sure when it was shower time, you'd have all these coaches piled up over there by the shower. They even had a glass window to where they could see you coming out of the shower, and they would always make sure around shower time they would be there. I mean, bro, this is the craziest thing I've ever... I don't even understand what it means. I don't. Man, Anthony says, if they are not cleaned, you get sick. I don't understand it. Man, Red Blind said, baby. Bro, this is crazy to me. It's after practice. Who gives a darn what they're doing? Roder said it's a bit, he says a bit odd, G. I'm sorry. I'm blown away by this. I don't know what to say. I mean, someone's gotta help me out because I really don't know. All right, man. Valley G, man, appreciate you, man. Boy, let me tell you, you gonna make sure you catch the replay. Boy, I got some other stuff I'm about to show y'all. That's crazy, bro. Eric Folk, he said, Eric Folk said there's no answer for this. I don't have no answer for it, bro. I don't know what to make of this. I was asking, like, what does this mean? Nobody's told me. I don't know what it means. I guess I need to hear more of it. We done boys, it sound like some Diddy stuff. Bro, I don't know what this means. That's Vince Woolfolk. That's boy, I couldn't help but laugh, bro. I couldn't help but laugh because I'm like, I don't really understand this part. I don't understand this. I don't even know what he's talking about. All right, okay, so I had to pull this up. So today, Trayvon Diggs signed with the Seattle Seahawks. And in case y'all didn't know this, the Seattle Seahawks are desperate for cornerback help. They are desperate for cornerback help. I mean, seriously. And so it is no wonder that they got Trayvon Diggs. They made some financial decisions, and one of those financial decisions was to not bring back one of those financial decisions was to let these cornerbacks go. So Trayvon Diggs, and I wish Trayvon Diggs all the best. I hope he's gotten healthy. But boy, what Trayvon Diggs is about to say right here. What Trayvon Diggs is about to say right here. Listen to this. This is Trayvon Diggs. Check him out.
So the history, seeing what these young guys, what the team has been doing, seeing a lot of young guys just coming.
All right, hold on a second. Let me see if I can find another one, another video of Trayvon Diggs, because that's a little too low. I don't want to have to turn that. I don't want y'all to be straining your ears this late at night. Yeah, Seahawks are desperate right now for a defensive back. They really are. Terrion Arnold is not going to be able to be there until who knows when. All right, let's check him out over here on the Seahawks. This is Trayvon Diggs. And I think a lot of people wish Trayvon Diggs the best, but it's just the stuff that Trayvon Diggs says, and it just kind of makes you laugh how he says it so nonchalantly.
Welcome to Seattle. What made this a good fit for you?
The history. Seeing what these young guys, what the team has been doing, seeing a lot of young guys just coming together and just being a great football team. I know a lot of familiar faces here. Josh Jobe, D-Law, just those guys, talking to those guys, they're saying it's a great fit, you know, just everything that they have going here, and, you know, I would love to be a part of it.
What do the coaches tell you about what they want you to show or what they think your role would be?
Yeah, I just come here to compete. You know, I just want to come here, compete, you know, earn my keep, you know, just do everything I can just to, you know, earn a spot here and, you know, help this team win.
When did this come together?
Yesterday.
Was that the first time they showed interest?
Yeah, they've been talking to my agent for a little bit, and then he told me they were going to come down here, get me down for a workout. I came down here, I worked out, you know, and then the rest is history.
You had a visit with Detroit as well? Yeah. Were there some other teams interested too? Or?
Yeah, I had a visit with Detroit. I was supposed to see a couple other teams, but, you know, I like to hear a lot. Like, this feels like home. You know, I got a lot of familiar faces, Coach Scott, AD, you know, so just being a part of those guys knowing me, knowing, you know, where my heart is, knowing how I want to compete. So, you know, it felt right.
What's the biggest driving factor for you? Just the fact that you knew so many guys here, particularly in the secondary?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, you got to have someone that, you know, you can relate to, can talk to, you know, guys going to help you out and, you know, push you to be your best, you know, and that's what I want for myself, and that's what I want to do.
Was the plan at the start of the summer, was your plan to be picky and wait through the summer and find a situation that you really liked, or what was your plan? Yeah.
Just finding somewhere that, you know, felt like home, you know, finding somewhere, you know, that I'll have an opportunity to compete, have an opportunity, you know, to play and just, you know.
Yeah, Seattle is actually desperate right now. They are desperate for cornerbacks. They are absolutely desperate right now. Terrion Arnold has been put on the commissioner's exempt list. Who knows when they're going to be able to even get Terrion Arnold if they get him. He'll be suspended for a while. So, you know, a lot of people, it's funny to me because they've been circling talking about, yeah, the Cowboys are going to see the Seattle Seahawks, what is it, December 7th or somewhere in there? So can anybody tell me how they know that he even going to make the team? How do we even know he going to be on the team? Green Bay barely kept him. How do we know he even going to be on the team by the time we play him? I mean, I hope Diggs the best, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we've seen some things. I mean, even what we saw in Green Bay, even just that little bit of window, they were like, nah, we don't know. They said no.
If it felt right, you know, that's what I want to do more than to make the right decision for me.
What do you feel like your strengths are as a corner, and where are some places that you're wanting to improve?
My strengths as a corner, I got great ball skills. You know, I have a great knack for the ball, just understanding, you know, offenses, understanding routes, understanding, you know, what receivers want to do. You know, I think that's my strongest abilities.
Do you feel like the defense that they play here, and, you know,
I do think he has ball skills, but the other part I'm not sure on.
Having some familiarity with Carl and Josh from college and having them here, how does it translate for what you're doing here?
It's a lot of similarities. Just talking to Josh, you know, earlier today, he was telling us a lot of similarities. You know, he said he's going to help me out.
Ray Appliance, that's what got him was the injuries. He was never the same after the injuries. And anytime you start messing with the knees of wide receivers and cornerbacks, and it's tough because you can't play wide receiver with knee braces on. It's tough. Cornerbacks, you can't play, you know, you can't play the whole career with knee braces on.
You know, get the playbook down. You know, I'm gonna be in my playbook every day just to get the whole defense down, and you know, just being able to give myself a chance, give myself an opportunity to come out here and compete, and you know, help win.
And do you feel like you're fully healthy? You know, you're fully recovered?
Most definitely. It's my first off season that I've been able to just not rehab and actually do off-season training. So, you know, a lot of trainers put the work in, helped me put the work in to get to where I'm at today. You know, I'm truly thankful for that. And, you know, it's a blessing from God, honestly, just to be able to, you know, come out here again.
What are you looking to show? Obviously, you had a tough run of injuries there. Now that you are healthy, like you said, what are you looking to show here?
Yeah. I'm looking to show that I'm still the best. You know, I'm looking to show that.
Boy, y'all remember that statement right there. That's the statement that's kind of got everybody. I'm still the best. I don't remember Trayvon Diggs being the best. I mean, I remember him being good. I remember him being the best. I mean, I guess you got to think you're the best, but I don't know if anybody's ever said he was the best.
I just want to win, you know, be there for my teammates, be a great teammate, you know, and be a great player.
Knowing Job and D-Law, what's it mean having them as teammates?
It's really good, you know. Like I said, just having someone that you're familiar with or that you can talk to, you know, ask questions with.
Now, Diggs has got to understand something. That isn't the same team from last year. They've lost some pieces. That isn't the same team. So we're going to see what they're going to be. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl again. Everybody sees them coming now. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl again. Everybody's going to be ready for Sam Darnold. They let go of their superstar running back. The other running back is great too, but I mean that guy was crazy. What was his name? Frank Lawrence or something? I don't know. I can't remember his name, but they've lost some players. They're not the same team. So I know he might be thinking, yeah, I'm going over to Seattle, I'm going to win the Super Bowl. Bro, DeMarcus Lawrence is talking about return after this season. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to basically get 1 more year of checks, and he's going to walk off into the sunset, and he's not walking off with back-to-back Super Bowls. It ain't happening.
It helps out a lot.
Was last year tough for you with the injuries and the concussion? Had you ever dealt with anything like that, concussion-related?
No, that was my first concussion ever. It was different, you know, but just overcoming injuries, you know, just adversity, overcoming adversity, period, is always tough. But, you know, if you did it before, you know, you can do it again. You know, I just want to be able to play healthy, you know, this year, full season, and help.
What was it like trying to deal with those knee injuries coming one after another and just kind of feeling like you're repeatedly in the same spot trying to work back? How was that to handle mentally and all that? And what was the process of getting back to where you feel like, at least in that area, you're back?
Yeah, Frank Lawrence. I'm not counting on him playing. I'm not counting on him playing. We'll see what happens. I wish him the best, but you know, that knee surgery he had, people don't understand what that knee surgery is. That's a serious knee surgery he had, man. That's a very intense procedure. And for an NFL player to have that particular knee injury and that particular knee surgery and how they had to really put that knee back together. No, we're going to see. We're going to see.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but just keeping good people around you. You know, my family was a great support system for me. Keeping my mental straight, just keep going, you know. I love football.
Red Blinds. You know what? I didn't even think about that, bro. He must be talking about the concussion from the TV set, which, I mean, who knows if he even got a concussion from a TV set, but I guess that's what he's talking about.
You know, I just love football. I love to play. So this being a part of football, you know, it's kind of like it's part of my job. It's a part of your job. You're going to get hurt. You're going to have things that happen. You're going to get traded. You're going to get cut. Things happen, but you just got to keep going.
Marcus Lawrence came here from Dallas, won a Super Bowl last year, and now you got Dante Fowler here and you here, Adam Dirty's here. It's like Dallas, a lot of guys coming here from that organization.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the kind of that transition and obviously the different places you played?
Just being with those guys, you know, the things that we were doing and the family aspect of it, you know, I see a lot of similarities. Just how close the guys are, you know, how tight the group is, you know, that's very important with a football team. Just, you know, being together, you know, being one, making sure your locker room is straight. And, you know, I see a lot of similarities there.
The concussion, it's true, is that you were mounting a television?
Yeah.
It fell on your face, or what happened?
Yeah.
What rich person? I used to do this stuff in one of my management jobs. I used to make sure, kind of help people get this kind of stuff, scheduled, or, what? Who does that? Who's rich? I mean, you don't even have to be rich. If you're making six figures, man, I'm not hanging no television. Not if I'm making, if I'm making it $250,000, I'm not even messing around trying to hang a TV, especially on a pole. Who does that? That is crazy to me. I guess some people do crazy stuff when they got money. Just do crazy stuff when they got money. I don't understand it.
It fell on my head.
You were affected for a couple months from that, right?
No, it was only I was out of concussion protocol in like a week, but I was dealing with some other injuries.
Yeah. Timing-wise, do you like that you're joining the team, then you're going to get on the road for a little extended trip to kind of start to form that bond with the team?
Yeah, for sure. Just want to get in with the guys, vibe, get familiar with them, get familiar with new faces, and just go out there and help.
What have you kind of admired about Mike McDonald's defense, watching it from afar and kind of seeing what they do and jumping into it? How big of a factor is that for you?
It looks amazing. They get to the quarterback, they create turnovers, they do all the right things. So, I'm excited to, hopefully be a part of it. Go out there, compete, and just try to help this team win. That's all I want to do.
You haven't played in a minute. Can you play by the final preseason game next Friday? Do you think you'd be in shape to move by that?
No.
Possibly. I got to put in the work, get practice reps.
And you ain't playing Diggs in no last preseason.
Things that you go through to get here, to have this opportunity to be the one that works with defending champions. Your position is a position of need for them, and almost like meant to be in a way, right?
Yeah, most definitely. It's been a long journey, and I'm just extremely thankful. It's been a blessing, from God. I thank Him the most, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity.
You've played some in the slot, is that right? Or have you mostly been on the outside?
I've been on the outside. I played in the slot too, wherever.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Trayvon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's Trayvon Diggs, guys. You over in Seattle. I guess they think they're gonna hit the genie in the bottle again. It ain't gonna happen. Rams have gotten reinforced. Cowboys have built their team up. No, they're not going back. I promise you they're not going back. Let me look at something real quick. Because let me see. Something I want to look up about the Seattle Seahawks defense. See, let me show you something. And this was the problem with Diggs. Let me show you something about Diggs. And this is my problem with Diggs. Let me show you something. And I don't necessarily have a problem with Diggs, but let me show you the issue with Diggs. Now, I'm going to show you something about people and how funny people are. I'm going to show you how funny people are sometimes. My issue with Diggs. Does anybody remember what Diggs' problem was in Dallas? What was Diggs complaining about in Dallas? What was he? What was Diggs' complaint? Playing the Matt Eberflus system. What was it? Anybody remember what the problem was? Because I can tell you what the problem was without even looking it up. Anybody remember what was Trayvon Diggs' problem playing in the Matt Eberflus system? And we know the Matt Eberflus system wasn't great. But what was his major complaint? What was he complaining to the media about? Anybody remember that? He was complaining to the media. And there were people who loved Trayvon Diggs. They were singing Trayvon Diggs. Oh, how you gonna have a man corner playing in zone? He's a man corner. He a man corner. He a man corner. And I was saying, well, if you're good, you should be able to play man in zone. He a man corner. He should be playing man. You know, it's funny to me he goes to the Seattle Seahawks. It's amazing to me that he goes to the Seattle Seahawks. He said it felt like family when he went. My problem is, but did he look at the scheme? Did he look at the scheme? Anybody want to know what defensive scheme the Seattle Seahawks run? Look at this. The Seattle Seahawks, they run 72 to 80% zone. You see how people are? It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. You complain about a team playing zone, only to go to a team that plays zone. Now, I got news for us. Let's look at this. What is their scheme? 72 to 80% zone coverage. Too high shell. Frequently uses the middle of the field. Too high safety. Looks on over 80% of the snaps to cap passing lanes and limit explosive plays. Low blitz rate. Relies on a strong front four and simulated pressure stunts rather than heavy blitzing, keeping defenders back in zone assignments. Disguise coverages. Routinely mix up post-snap assignments out of similar pre-snap zone looks to keep quarterbacks guessing. So you go from a system that you hated to a system that you hate. Let me tell you something. Trayvon Diggs is it's gonna require a lot of work. And I'm not saying anything bad about Trayvon Diggs, but it's gonna require a lot of work. It's going to require a lot of work because we watched him struggle in zone. And all of the Trayvon Diggs advocates, he's a man corner. Why have a man corner playing zone? Well, why would a man corner go to a team playing zone? Man-to-man coverage. It's almost a dinosaur today. It really is. It's becoming a dinosaur. If you can't play in zone, you're not going to make it in this league. You have to be able to play zone and man when you're called upon. And you're going to play way more zone than man. You're going to play way more zone than man in this league. Diggs is almost a dinosaur, man. He really is. So understand, Seattle's desperate. Bottom line, they're desperate. They are desperate for defensive backs. We're going to see what happens when teams start cutting down to the 53-man roster. If I was Trayvon Diggs, I wouldn't move everything I have to Seattle. I wouldn't. If I was Trayvon Diggs, I wouldn't move everything I have to Seattle. I wouldn't do it. Has no clue if he's even going to make everybody talking about, yeah, man, they're going to be playing Dallas Cowboys on December 7th. How you know he's going to be on the team? Who told us that? Don't even know if he's going to be on the team. But I wish him all the best. I think if he can get healthy and change the way that he thinks, really learn how to do something other than man, maybe he could be okay. So I wish him the best, man. I wish him the best. I mean, I understand, he says like, yeah, man, I want to be I want to prove that I'm still the best. I still say I don't remember a time that Trayvon Diggs was the best. I don't remember that time. Now, maybe y'all do. I ain't going to tell y'all what y'all remember. But I don't remember that. All right, so 100 Proof said he sounds autistic. Yeah. Yeah, Anthony Robinson, they're desperate because they got rid of the cornerbacks. I think they lost one of their big-time cornerbacks. So trust me when I tell you, they're desperate for cornerbacks. They don't have any cornerbacks. Let me see here. Let me see here. Yeah. Anthony Robinson. This is not the same team. And this is why I know they're not going to repeat. They're not repeating. Trust me when I tell you. Look at who they lost. Anthony Robinson. They're toast, bro. Okay, so the running back, I said Frank Lawrence. Did I say Frank Lawrence? I was thinking about Frank Lawrence in the chat. I'm sorry. I must have been looking at Frank Lawrence's name. Sorry about that. So they lost Kenneth Walker III. They lost their safety, Kobe Bryant. They lost their linebacker, Boye Mafe. They lost their cornerback, Rick Woolen. That's the big deal. They lost Rick Woolen and they lost Kobe Bryant. And then, of course, they lost a wide receiver in Derek Young. But, yeah, they lost some major pieces off that defense. And, you know, people don't think that Kenneth Walker ain't no loss either because he is. Yeah, he's a loss. He's absolutely a loss. And Rick Woolen is a huge loss. And they're not replacing Rick Woolen. Trust me. You're not replacing Rick Woolen with Trayvon Diggs, bro. They're not even in the same class, bro. They're not even in the same class. So that's the issue. Yeah, that's the issue. They're desperate. That's what I mean when I say they desperate. Yeah, the Super Bowl champs are desperate. They don't have the squad that they had before. I don't think they have a repeat squad. I don't think they have a repeat squad. I think the Cowboys and the Rams are much improved. They don't have the repeat squad that they're going to need to pull off, I believe, what they're trying to pull off. But you know how it is, man. You get one Super Bowl, man, you can ride one Super Bowl for 10 years. I mean, bottom line, man, you can ride one Super Bowl for 10 years. People are always going to remember you as a Super Bowl winner. All right, let's move over to our memes of the day, man. Let's move over to the memes of the day. And one of the first memes of the day is Trayvon Diggs. People are crazy, bro, on social media. Trayvon Diggs said, I'm looking to show I'm still the best. I'm just going to show you what some of the people are saying in the I'm gonna show you what some people said in the chat. This is 5X Cowboys. This is D. D said in 7 games in 2025, he allowed the highest passer rating, 4 touchdowns, highest completion percentage in career, had 0 PBUs, 0 interceptions, and that's a fact. He can't tackle. He also has never been the best at any point in his career. I agree. I don't agree with that. I think he's been good. I don't even say he's been great. He wasn't the best. It could be argued that actually Deron Bland was better than him 1 year on his own team. Sad Cowboys, he said Diggs was never a great cornerback. He said, I said it while he was on the Cowboys, so I'm not just being a hater. He had 1 crazy interception season, but even during that season, he always left guys open. Man, interceptions can mask a lot of things. Really can. Interceptions can mask a lot of things. Big Dupe said Diggs is done. He had his best years in Dallas, but those days are over. He's not the player he used to be anymore. Time to move on. Yeah. Eric said 5 seasons ago, the Diggs family are cancerous to teams. Hey, Mixed Matrix, it was only 4 minutes of Jerry Jones. This is somebody talking about Trayvon Diggs. They use the shake their head emoji. Yeah, I don't think you're going to find many people who will tell you that Diggs was the best. Was Diggs great? Yes. Best? No. No, he wasn't the best. He wasn't the best. And you got a lot of people that are just saying he's washed and all those different things. I wish him the best, actually, except when he plays Dallas. Yeah, I wish him the best except when he plays Dallas. But I'll tell you this. I'm not betting on him getting to that game with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm really not. I'm not betting on him getting there. Because I'm telling you right now, if that's who they're depending on, prepare yourselves to be torched, Seattle. Absolutely prepare yourself to be torched beyond belief. All right. Let me see. I think I got another one here. Man, people have been going crazy. I was just tripping on this today. I'm sorry. Let me show you some more of these things people are saying about the Diggs stuff. Boy, these people are crazy, bro. Look at this. Trayvon Diggs trying to cover JSC in practice. Let me see here. It was a couple of these other ones in here. Yeah. Look at this. I mean, people are telling the truth. Regardless, they're telling the truth. Injuries destroyed him. Trayvon Diggs' career stats. He's not been the same since 2023. Exactly. Dude signed a deal, and I think he barely played 2 seasons. It's been pretty bad. 2 games, 11 games. I mean, just look at the stats, man. He's never been the same since that injury. Just never been the same. Yep, there it is. Look at this. Eagle Scout Room. Seahawks in shambles without Rick Woolen. Oh, my gosh. Somebody says how Mike McDonald will have Trayvon Diggs playing for the Seahawks. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. And then, of course, you got people showing Trayvon Diggs getting toasted. Oh, no, that's him in the interception days. That's Chuck Nichols. Yeah, that's when Diggs was crazy right there, though. That's when he was crazy. I don't even understand this meme. I don't understand. Oh, Trayvon, was he supposed to be Adrian Peterson when he come back? I don't even understand that. Hey, don't y'all worry, bro. Y'all not getting another Super Bowl in the next few years. It ain't happening. You got a great coach. You're just not getting another Super Bowl at this point in time. All right, so that was Trayvon Diggs, man. People had me rolling on that thing with Trayvon Diggs. All right, let's see here. Let me show you this one right here. Some of these memes had me just rolling today, bro. I was rolling. Let me see. Some of these I can't help but laugh because some of them they be hating on the Cowboys. Look at this meme that somebody made for the Cowboys. This is crazy work, bro. Look at this. People are straight up haters, bro. Have y'all ever seen this right here? This is a meme they made about Dak Prescott. Look at this. I didn't catch on to this until I saw it just now. It says new flavor out now. Not your year. People are crazy. These people are crazy, bro. Man, people's hate is crazy to me, bro. People's hate is absolutely beyond crazy. All right, let's check out some the other funniest memes of the day. Boy, wait a minute, man. This was the one that really got me. Check this out right here, y'all. Boy, this one right here got me, y'all. This one got me right here. News. It says Packers multiple-time Pro Bowl edge Michael Parsons has requested a trade to the Seattle Seahawks. Boy, this had me rolling, boy. Boy, he said Michael Parsons requested a trade to the Seattle Seahawks. Boy, I couldn't stop laughing when I saw this, man. Boy, I couldn't stop laughing when I saw this one, boy. They said this man has requested a trade to the Seattle Seahawks, bro. Man, I give up, boy. These people are crazy with these memes, man. All right, let's go to another one. Let's see. What was the other one I got today? I didn't get that many today. Let me see here. Let me see. What's the other one I got here? Hold on a second. Man, did y'all see this? This is a meme that DallasCowboys.com put up. Boy, I thought this was so clean. Check this out right here, man. This is so clean. Have y'all seen this? Man, this is clean. George Pickens. It's been an out of this world training camp. That is clean right there. He is an alien. They got him with a spacesuit on. No, he's an alien. He's an alien, bro. I thought that was pretty dope when I saw that today. Somebody sent me this today too. Boy, they had me rolling when they sent this on Von Miller. Look at this. I'm sorry, bro. I couldn't help it. It's so... Boy, I couldn't help it, bro. They said this is Von Miller Cowboys signing. Boy, these people are crazy, boy. These people are crazy. This was by Curtis Ellis over here on X. That was by Curtis Ellis, man. Shout out to Curtis Ellis, man. It says, gee, this right here, bro. Crazy. Why these people crazy, bro? Why these people crazy? All right, let me see. They got a couple of more here. This other one, we're gonna get a copyright strike on it, but we'll delete it after the show tonight. But I gotta let y'all see this other one, man. I gotta let y'all see this one. And it's actually against the Cowboys, but I couldn't help it. It was so funny. All right, this is Cowboy Keist. This is Cowboy Keist right here. Check this out. Cowboy Keist. Look at the caption. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens taking turns on Trayvon Diggs in week 13. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens taking turns on Trayvon Diggs, bro. Boy, these people crazy, man. Boy, these people crazy. Mike said he won't be there by week 13. Look at these comments, bro. Somebody said, dude ain't making it to week 13. He'll get exposed long before that, boy. Boy, these people are crazy, bro. Somebody said facts. People crazy. Boy, these people crazy. Boy, these people crazy, boy. All right, that was these people talking about Trayvon Diggs, boy. Boy, these people crazy, boy. Ooh. Man, these people crazy. Cowboys fans, y'all gonna have to forgive me. But I found this one today. It is going against the Cowboys. But hey, man, sometimes you have to be able to laugh at yourself. Man, when I saw, wait, hold on a second. This hold on. Let me see if I saved it. I might not even save this today. But I said I had to show y'all this. Hold on a second. Let me see. Oh, wait. Here it is. I got it. Hold on a second. Cowboys fans, hey, man, if you can't laugh at yourself, I'm going to tell you right now, you might have to hit the mute button for a moment. This was so funny, bro. I just couldn't help but show y'all this. This is by somebody named, wait a minute. His name is Doctor. It's blackgritty.com. I don't know if y'all saw this today, but as I was on X, I came across this, bro, and I said, I'm sorry, I got to show this. This is too funny, bro. Check this out. That's crazy. Boy, I couldn't help it when I saw this, bro. I'm sorry, boy. Y'all know I love the Cowboys. Boy, when I saw that right there. Boy, the links that people would go to the hates, boy. Boy, the links that people would go to. boy, the links that people would go to hate, boy. Oh, my gosh, boy. I saw that today, boy. I couldn't help but laugh, bro. I said I got to show Cowboys Nation this, bro. boy, I got to show Cowboys Nation this, boy. Boy, that right there is motivation, man. That's motivation if that was me, but that's crazy right there, boy. Ooh, Boy, when I saw that rolling, boy, I couldn't help but laugh, man. I couldn't help but laugh. I'm sorry, bro. Sometimes you got to be able to laugh at yourself too, man. Boy, that is crazy work, bro. That is crazy work. Man, who goes through... Man, it's one thing to post a meme, bro. But you put together a whole song, bro. Derek Posey. That's crazy. Derek Posey, boy, that's crazy, ain't it, bro? Boy, I couldn't help but laugh when I saw that, boy. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw that, boy. That's so crazy. Who does this, bro? Who goes this far to make fun of a team, man? Who goes this far, bro? I'm going to get a copyright on that, but I can just cut it out. So, what up, Brian Worley? Boy, I'm sorry, Brian Worley. That was too funny, boy. Man, I couldn't help it, bro. Boy, who does these types of things, man? Who does these type of things? I feel bad for him because, he's saying that it ain't the Cowboys' year, but I can tell you this, it definitely ain't their year. They are on the decline. Old school, boy, that was funny, boy. Hey, DB23, boy, that is the ultimate troll. Slick said an Eagles fan is who do it. Woo! Boy, Slick 8116, bro. That's next level hate, man. Slick, that's next level trolling right there. I mean, that is master's degree. That's doctorate degree level trolling right there, bro. That is doctorate level, man. Boy, I saw that today, man. I couldn't help it, bro. I said, boy, I got to show Cowboys Nation this. They going to roll. They are going to roll on this, bro. They going to roll on this. I need to send it over to AOC. See what he say about it, boy. This is funny as all get out right here, man. Funny as all get out. Boy, Ronnie, you ain't lying, man. Living rent-free in the Eagles' heads. At least they have a great sense of humor. Yeah, man. And we have a great sense of humor too, because we got a very good football team over here. And I got a feeling that we're gonna sweep the Eagles this year. I really do. And the reason why I think we're gonna sweep the Eagles this year is because we got Christian Parker. And I think he's gonna help Brian Schottenheimer. I believe he's gonna help Brian Schottenheimer dismantle that defense. I think he's gonna help him dismantle that defense. Probably even help him. I would say on some of the play calls, but they got a new offensive coordinator. But he will be able to help the Cowboys with a lot of the weaknesses of one Jalen Hurts, things of that nature. So it's going to be great. Okay, Miss Major said you sent me one. I'm at the bleep it. Okay, I put it in. I may have to put it on in edit it first. Let me see. Was it against the Cowboys? Let me see real quick. Boy, they had, man, I'm telling you, this thing had me rolling. Yeah, Slick, I think he's going to give us all of the secrets. I really do. I really do. What up, Newhouse fam? We've been over here clowning today. We about to get out of here, man. Be over here clowning no Cowboys after dark. Rewind that song that one of them Eagles haters put out, bro. It is absolutely hilarious, bro. I'm gonna have to go back and cut it off. I'm gonna have to go back and cut it off, cut it back out later on. But boy, that thing is crazy when I saw that today. Hold on, let me see if Miss Matrix came through yet. I don't see it. I may have to check in my spam. Hey, what's going on, Dreamy? Hey, we already talked about that early on. I don't know what we're gonna do about our tackles, but I already said last week, Dream. I already thought that Malik Davis was gonna be our. I already thought he was gonna be our running back too. That's not what Jaden Blue is. I never thought he was the running back too. I think he's his own thing. I think you got to put together a certain kind of package with screens and sweeps and getting him in space, get him on the perimeter. And let him rock, let him rock, let him do his thing. So, yeah, Davis should be the number 2 running back with the way Schotty wants to run. Yeah, with the way Schotty wants to run, he needs to be the number 2. All right, man. Boy, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Yeah, we had a great time tonight. We got through all of those pretty much tonight, all of those subject matters. Even added a couple of extra things in there. But nevertheless, man, had a great time. 3.5 hours of Cowboys content. We took it into overtime tonight. And so I'm pretty sure there'll be more news today. Oh, wait a minute. I see something right here. Hold on a second. What in the world? Boy, what in the world? Let's say, wait. Tailgate, the Dallas Cowboys diss track. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I listen to it. I'm gonna go back and listen to it, and we're gonna have this on the next one. Yeah, the Cowboys diss track. Oh, this is crazy. Boy, people be going left, man. They go to the extra mile to hate, man. They go the extra mile to hate. Okay, I got it, Miss Matrix. I'm gonna go back and listen to it and see if I can edit it before I put it up on the next show. Boy, this is crazy. All right, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm gonna go and try to get me some sleep because I gotta get back and do this all over again. So I'll be seeing y'all. I'll be dropping videos today from the previous live, some of the things that maybe you even missed. I'll be dropping some of those things, and we'll be back tomorrow, and we're gonna come early tomorrow. We'll come early tomorrow, and I'm gonna see. I may be doing Cowboys After Dark again on Friday because I'm gonna pick 4 days a week to do it. So I know Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and so I may even try to fit Friday in. Saturday, of course, I have to preach on Sunday morning, so I'm not gonna risk it on Saturday. It's not that I can't do it, but I gotta drive about 30-something miles. So, you know, I don't want to go into dreamland while I'm driving and wake up in heaven. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to wake up in heaven. But yeah, we're gonna do at least. We'll probably start out with 3, but once the season starts, we're gonna go 4 Cowboys After Dark per week. Man, we about to turn up. Let's Talk Cowboys for the 2026 season, man. We going all in. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Until the next time, DC4L, God bless. Let's Talk Cowboys and we talk facts. Peace.